Welcome, Joe Vlogs, episode 15. How are we doing, guys? We all right? Welcome to the new house, the new studio. Do have to say and apologise that I've had a bit of an issue with the studio at the moment. Builders, cowboys, you know what they're like. We're working on it, so give us a month, and hopefully we'll be up there. But for now, we're here, and hopefully it goes okay. So, welcome. Today we have two of the best guys I know, and one of them has been on the podcast before. Another one is brand new. So welcome to Ben Hughes and James Malcolm, everyone.
Hello. Thank you.
See how seamlessly he transitions into Joe Vlogs.
Yeah.
It's like you're chatting to him and then instantly it's just bang, professionalism.
Yeah. Professionalism, that's what it's about, guys. But now, how have you both been? What have you been up to?
Not a lot, mate, to be honest. Just come out of lockdown, not a lot to do.
That's it, mate. Yeah. I haven't done a video in about 2 months, man. So for all those that are thinking that I stopped doing it,
What was your last
Both
video?
sleep
Was it
on
just one of those that you do to the camera?
yeah, man. Because like I was doing it like every week, and then I was like every 2 weeks, and then I stopped. And then the more you stop, you're like, oh, I'm just videoing myself, and no one's.
You were on quite a
It's hard
roll
to get back into
during
things,
That's it. But now we're back.
around the Halloween time. You're on quite a roll.
Oh yeah.
And everyone was coming on like almost weekly.
117 subscribers strong.
That's not bad.
Let's make it 130.
1:30 in the evening.
130 after this, bro. Okay.
Yeah.
Also, in all fairness, you have kind of like been moving house.
Thank
There
you.
is also a thing, you know, that's not like a quick day job, is it?
That's
really,
it,
you
man.
know.
Do you know what I mean? I
Not I'm trying to offer excuses.
No,
It's
no,
poor,
no, no,
It's
no.
poor, you know, poor service.
That's
you
good
know.
PR. That's good PR. Bro, I got told off at work. the
I mean,
other
you
day.
were only moving houses from what, 2 weeks ago, so it's not a full excuse.
Well,
Yeah, but it's the stress of moving beforehand.
Yeah.
Like, you know
I've
what I
been dealing
mean?
with it all, you know. It's been a lot, man. It's been a lot.
Purple bricks, man. It's stressful. I swear to God, they're shit, man. Fuck purple bricks. But and also, can I just say as well? I wanted to sort of clear this up as well. Last year, I applied to be in the police. So did you know about that, Ben?
Yeah, I remember you
yeah,
saying,
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
just after you applied, I think.
So I applied to be in the police, and then I was thinking, right, I'm going to apply to be in the police. Then I was a bit shook, started a YouTube channel at the same time, man. So I was like, I don't want to say anything that's a bit, like, if this comes up, like, I don't think I say anything too bad. I was like, do you know what I mean?
Honestly.
This is the director's cut.
So that's what I'm saying. So now, basically, I'm not joining. I declined.
Yeah.
I said nah, because they didn't get back to me for like a year. And then I was like, oh, I've definitely seen my videos or something, because they just haven't replied to
When
me.
we did our first one, I was shitting myself about like what we said, and he sent me like the full unedited clip. Then he sent me the edited one, and all he'd done was remove things that he'd said.
Oh, no,
Like, it was just things that you'd
No,
done.
it's because I
That's
worry.
careful.
You know when you're worrying about it and you're like, oh, I shouldn't have said that, man. Like I shouldn't have. That will come out wrong. But really, no one's watching.
Like when you said that thing about Israel.
But yeah, now so people came in with the questions. So should we just start with them? We'll start with them, and then I think we'll probably be out. Like some of them are
Are
quite.
you gonna name who asked the questions as well?
Well, this is the thing. I've wrote their names down, but then I think
Don't reveal it to us.
We'll
Yes,
look
we're trying
after.
to
We'll look
say,
after. Yeah, we'll try and work out.
Yeah.
they'll probably. I think they'll probably want to remain anonymous.
Yeah.
Okay. You shouldn't have given the option, but fair enough.
I shouldn't have. But and also some of these as well. Like some of them are shit. So you know, like
You know who you are.
you just know that. Now you know what it is as well. You know the vibe of people when you're like, oh, what topic should we do? You like I know you two. I think and myself as well. You'd be like, oh, and you give someone a good topic. Someone here has asked Indian or Chinese.
Oh, okay.
That's
and
a
you
dead
know who you
topic.
are out there.
Bro, it's
You are
dead.
watching this now, and you go, "Oh no, that was me," and you feel terrible, don't
Yeah.
you?
Bro,
I'd say we could do. How many questions are there, roughly?
there's about
I don't know the exact number, like.
10.
Okay. How about
So it
it?
was a landslide.
We all get we each get one opportunity to find out who asked the question. Does that or not?
Yeah, go on.
You know.
I do, but I don't know whether you know some of the people.
Okay, fair enough. Well, okay, well you draw a blank if I ask another person, I will.
Who are these people asking questions about two people they don't know?
Yeah.
Why
That's
should they
true,
give a
actually.
shit?
That-
Yeah,
you
big
probably
moments
do
in my
then.
life.
You probably do then. You probably
Some
do
guy
then.
that we don't know wants
Yeah.
to know if we prefer Indian or Chinese.
Yeah, they're all from my cousin. Nah, but yeah, that is quite weird. Actually. Nah,
You put it that way.
right.
Chinese,
Yeah.
if you will.
Yeah, in India's mind, it's that
There's some
question.
geezer sitting at home.
Are we on about food?
Yes.
Right. Okay. So we'll go with the first one, man. And obviously, this one, I'll read them as they're put. Right, let's not complicate it. First one says, Ask Jim if he's grateful to the youth for following the COVID rules to protect his old ass.
Right. Can I ask who? Can I try and go?
Guess who?
You can use it already. You just...
I'm gonna use my. Was that Mason? Tis
No,
that
it
then.
wasn't.
Kyle.
No.
Phipps.
No.
Alright, I've had fucking
Yeah,
two.
you got
far off.
I know. I'm trying to
Well,
think.
no, you may as well guess all like every question.
Is that
innit?
good?
Yeah, give them all a guess. Yeah.
Yeah, nah. But 4 guesses is taking the piss.
Yeah.
Three.
So that was Cameron.
Okay.
Old ass man.
Yeah.
But yeah, do you think? So yeah, are you grateful to the youth? For
I
following
am.
the COVID?
Thankful. I mean, it's a redundant point because if you want to know Cameron, I'm actually a key worker, so I was out there battling COVID.
10 minutes in, he's mentioned key worker.
Yeah.
I wonder
So
how.
can I get a clap? Can I get a clap?
Sorry.
Yeah, of course, man.
Actually, what time is it? Because it's Thursday, to be fair. Is it 8
Oh,
o'clock?
yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Thursday, 9 minutes to go. We'll go and clap.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool. Alright, cool.
Is
Let's do a
that
quick
still a
clap.
thing,
For
yeah?
No.
We can make it.
I've just moved in as well. I think I'm a fucking.
The last one was a clap for the Duke of Edinburgh.
Was it?
Yeah. No one did it.
I'd clap, man. I'd clap. Do you know what I mean? Big up the Duke of Edinburgh.
Yeah, man.
This is what I'm saying as well. I'm not a royalist, but I don't hate the royal family. Do you hate
I'm
them?
probably the same.
Yeah, same. I don't really know or care enough to have an opinion, really. Like, you know,
I can understand why people
Yeah,
are so
definitely. I
annoyed
don't.
by
You know,
it.
it's a bit like this is.
Okay, that's a repeat. Sorry.
Like, this is 2021, and we've got a fucking king and we haven't got a king obviously, but a king and queen scenario. I mean, it's a bit like, well,
It's a bit mad.
yeah,
It is a bit mad.
but people, one of the arguments is always like, oh, it brings tourism, but I know that. I'm not saying it doesn't.
I've heard like literally contradicting things on both sides. Like I've heard people defiantly say it does bring in money, and people say actually, if you look at the figures, it doesn't. And that's
But
when you're in
how
the
is it
point
not?
where you
It
just go
definitely
like,
does.
you just go.
No one's like, I'd land London, but I'm not going to go because of the Queen.
I know, but then it's balanced on how much you pay
To
towards
have
them to have.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because
shit,
obviously
yeah.
probably suck a lot of money. To be fair, man.
Yeah.
It's not just saying that. It's not just saying
I
they're
don't
not
think
going
the
to
British
attract
people
you. They're
fucking
not
bad,
bringing in the numbers.
Oh no, I was going to say, yeah, true.
They send the Queen on the world tour, drum up some publicity. She can,
Yeah.
do her home ground.
Mate, 100%, man. Mate, I don't know, man. Like,
Do you reckon the Queen's got long left?
bro, she's.
Well,
She
she certainly doesn't have long
You know the
left.
fact
Oh,
that-
no, but relatively.
The
Yeah.
fact that Philip died, though, surely that.
Yeah,
Because
but
there's
fucking
bare like myths that like snake blood and
Reptilians.
lizard.
I've heard, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like the fact
That
he
is one of
came
the.
on,
I'm not.
So the Queen probably absorbed him after.
Yeah, she
he
played
died.
adrenochrome, all that
Yeah.
sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, from kids. To be fair, but maybe it's that old.
Do you reckon
like
there's stuff
20s
like
old.
that going on, like dark arts, man?
Yeah, almost defo, but maybe not to the. Maybe not in the
I mean,
way that
like,
I think it is. I don't know.
Philip looked like a fucking Horcrux himself.
Yeah,
Like,
he was
did
old.
not look like a
Did not
live
look
man
good,
towards the end.
Yeah.
I even saw like I was watching an old
Just
If I Got News For You episode from like 10 years ago, and he still looked fucking like he was about to die.
Yeah, he looked
Like
old.
I don't know how he survived.
How old was it?
99.
Oh, God.
That's-
I know he's a few months
That
off.
is actually kind of a shame. I mean, whatever you say about him, but yeah, could have left.
A racist.
Yeah, true. Just the minor stuff, you know.
Yeah, mate.
He could have had a letter for his missus.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
sorry, a telegram. Should I say?
I was thinking like you always think that when someone's like about to be 100, like letter from the Queen.
That's mad. That's a thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I guess now. I guess back then, because how long has she been the Queen for now? Long time.
60 years.
Since 56 or something.
Yeah, because back then in the 50s, 60s, how many people lived to be 100?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Compared to now, obviously
Mate.
with the advancements in healthcare and stuff, and just the amount
I
of
got
deliveries
a letter
are
of
just-
Andrew
Yeah.
Mitchell on my 18th birthday.
Did you?
How
Why?
did you get that?
I
That's
think I
mad.
might have.
Did you live in Sutton at that point?
Yeah, that's really
Did you
weird.
not get Ah.
Yeah, it's called Andrew Mitchell. No, I don't know. He called me
He was obviously grooming. He was grooming me.
Is that because it's like vote for me? No,
Yeah,
right.
basically. It wasn't like a personal.
I call him his grooming.
That'd be strange.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
hey,
Hello,
James.
James.
I hear you like Oasis. So do I.
Right, Andrew. We talked about Andrew Mitchell at some point as well, and I was like, oh, awkward, because I don't want to like.
Alienate viewers.
Yeah,
sort of
well,
thing.
no, like join the police and that. I was like,
Oh,
I can't
shit,
be
yeah,
calling
okay.
a twat if I'm gonna. But now I'm like, you know what?
Andrew
he's a bit
Mitchell
of
is a twat.
Well,
Yeah.
you said it with the police, but is Andrew Mitchell pro police?
I don't know.
Yeah, no, obviously not.
But
Nothing.
it's just like, I think calling
know.
anyone. That's the thing. Calling anyone a twat like seemed a bit. Oh.
Well,
Whereas now it's
I know what you mean.
Now
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
I don't mind.
my cousin's actually just became a police officer, or she's training to be a police officer.
Yeah.
yeah. I saw her the other day actually, and I said to her, I was all congratulations on your job and that. I was like, yeah, how come you have you always wanted to be, a cop? Like, and she goes, No, I was just looking through Indeed and said there was
Yeah.
hiring, so I applied.
Bro, that's
And I was
what
like, it's not fair.
Is
yeah.
that the stage they're at now? It's sort of
That's
like, that's
what-
always like the army, like,
Yeah.
come on, be the
Come on,
best.
come on.
Yeah. Mate,
Sure, I was
that's
born in
literally-
Caroline.
Mate,
Took a second and it was me.
I started fixing bikes. Now I'm fixing Royal Navy warships.
Oh yeah, that's the same thing to be fair.
no, that's literally what. No, that's literally what Iron Man. Like, it is ridiculous when you think about it. Like,
I mean, obviously there's a lot to be said about the police at the moment, the past year or so, for obvious reasons. But disregarding that, becoming a police officer, I think would be. I couldn't imagine it'd be.
bro, Reese.
It'd be a mad job to have. I mean, that's not exactly a groundbreaking thing to say. Obviously,
Nah, it's
but,
just
you know.
I think because I don't do well with like being. I wouldn't be a good supply teacher, man. Like, just people just being a prick to you.
I could not
I'd
imagine
be
you
like,
trying
oh.
to diffuse the situation.
Like, I
Yeah,
know
but that's
that-
just saying, Raven. I think you would actually get terror as a.
Yeah,
as a, you know.
yeah.
I'm not saying I
That's bang
wouldn't.
out of order.
Yeah,
but
no,
yeah,
get the fuck out.
No.
No, I'm not saying I wouldn't, any, but I mean.
No, but you.
Have you heard who we've got Mr. Grafton?
I don't know. Before, that's what I'm saying, man. Like, like I wonder how long it takes for them to like smell me out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's like I think
I'd
kids
walk in,
can
like,
sniff
straight-
blood
Yeah,
very
they can.
quickly.
I think it is literally within the first few minutes.
If you
So
show
the second you start speaking to a
Yeah.
You
class,
can't
then
even be
know,
strict
but-
though as a supply teacher, really, can you? Like, you fucked.
Nah, it's,
Do
yeah,
you
it's
not remember
taxing
Mr.
to-
Jordan? He tried that method. Do you remember the ginger guy?
Nah.
He was a supply teacher at Plantsbrook. He always used to try the hard line and he'd shout and stuff like that, and it just didn't work
Backfire.
whatsoever.
That's
He
even
just-
worse because then you just look absolute
Yeah.
twat.
Yeah. Then
You
yeah,
know.
that's like.
What do you reckon the best approach to teaching is from the teacher? Sorry, this might exclude you a bit, or you can go into
Just
teachers
chill.
from visa.
Like, just
What-
be
what-
like,
what-
do you know-
Oh,
know
it's
what-
what at your
no,
school.
no, yeah, I was going to
know
say
what
from
you're doing, man.
Plantsbrook.
Just like
Yeah.
go there.
My
just
school
chill.
is still a school, mate.
No, it
You're still students, mate. That's what I'm saying.
was a grammar. Actually.
Oh, actually, it was really intelligent.
No, I mean, like from Plantsbrook, like I reckon Hulse had it down to a nail.
Strict.
Down to a T.
Strict. I don't know.
Yeah,
strict.
like you sort of like hated him from like year 7 to 11, and then you got into sixth form, and you sort of respected him then, and like you had that sort of. But you were still a bit scared of him, but like he was decent.
I've heard that about teaching. I mean, I didn't go to sixth form, but I've heard that about teachers. I think that's a bad thing with growing up though. I think the scene is like you're a young adult.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
16, 17, 18. So I suppose, yeah.
Yeah,
It's like I don't know, like you can. The thing is, well, you know, when they do an assembly like every morning at school, like everyone was quiet then. So why can't they
What,
just
did you
be
have
like,
assembly every morning at school?
yeah,
Plantsbrook, did you?
yeah.
Really?
Did you? No.
No, we just used to go to form.
Did we have a?
Yeah.
We didn't have an assembly every
Oh
morning.
no, yeah, we did.
We had
that,
one
man.
once a week.
I think we did too. I can't
When,
remember
when
the
you're like in like young like
In
Secondary
primary
school.
in primary
like
school.
Key Stage 3 sort of
yeah,
thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
no, I'm sure you do it every
In
day.
primary school, we had an
An
assembly.
assembly.
You had an assembly every day.
Or
in
maybe it was
primary
like
school.
twice a week.
Oh, see, I'm not sure we had that in primary school. To be honest with you.
Didn't you?
Or maybe it was a. I'm not sure. To be
But
honest
primary
with you.
school,
It's been a long
I'm sure
time.
it was in primary school because they were trying to convert you because you just had to sing hymns.
Yeah, just
Constantly.
banging out hymns in the
Cutting
hall.
children joining to sing.
Yeah, do you
Shit like
remember
that.
being in year 6? I'm presuming it's the same in your primary schools, and you get to sit on the fucking
Yeah.
benches
the
at
actual
the back.
bench. And you think, yeah, you wankers.
Cross your legs.
That was such a luxury, man.
How?
And then
Good
you had
as
the
primary school.
unlucky one where you got sat on those rubber knobs going up your arse.
Edit. Fucking hell, man, yeah.
Do you not remember? Do you not remember?
I remember.
those?
did you guys?
It was a Catholic school. Do you not remember those benches that you had at primary school?
Where
And
the
then
legs
and
fixed in?
Where the legs were fixed, you had like the two
Oh,
rubber bits.
yeah,
But if
yeah.
everyone was fixed onto them, if you were on the end, you had the unlucky bit where you had to like sit on those.
So on your arse, on your gooch,
Yeah.
you lost all the way. There was no, you know.
I remember that, but like, yeah, kinda. Yeah.
He's repressed
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, but I blocked that out, man. I don't think about it.
Flooding back, man. Oh, nah, yeah. No, but I mean, like, the children can behave, man. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, at uni, like, no one ever in a lecture theatre really, like, talks or...
Did you go to uni?
So it's just a case of, like...
Yeah, I've been to uni several times.
How they do
I've
it.
done, yeah, but I think the difference with uni is the fact that people sit there and stay quiet, but they just haven't done the work. Which is
Yeah.
the difference. That's the reason they stay quiet, is they just don't want to draw attention to themselves because they've been up
Yeah.
pissed the night before and just haven't done any reading or anything like that.
That's true.
I think we've all been there, and you just want to sit there.
Do you
and
wish you
or in
tried
a
harder in
seminar.
school?
In sixth form, yeah.
Oh, nah.
Nah. Do you know what? This is why.
That's good, though.
This is why I chose to not go to sixth form. Well, actually, I didn't go to sixth form because I fucking hate school. But that's different. It all links in. That's why I didn't go to sixth form and then uni because I knew I knew it was just fuck around. Like,
Yeah.
my attention span's poor. Like, you know, I'm a bit of a fidgety guy. I find it hard in academic situations, basically.
Yeah.
So, but it was quite weird when I started my apprenticeship a couple of years ago. Obviously, I was like 23, I think, at the time, and I was going back to like a fucking classroom environment. It was strange. Like, bear in mind, I left in year 11, so I was 16. So what's that? Like 7 years. And obviously, I was in class, right? Next to guys who were fucking 16. It was mad. Mate, there was literally a guy in my class, right?
Mad.
He was born in 2002.
What?
I know, and I was like, what the fuck? I was thinking, right, this is a bit of a weird way of putting it, but he's not been on the planet at the same time as the Twin Towers.
I always think that.
I know.
I always think.
It's a bit of a weird thing, but it's kind of
It's sort of like a point in world history that like everything changed.
Yeah.
I do think that weirdly. I think
yeah.
like fuck, you were born after 9/11.
Yeah, I know. You didn't.
Shit,
you know,
man.
I know. And then
Your dad could have died in 9/11.
Your dad could have been that.
Your mum could have been
Fucking
pregnant,
hell.
and your dad could have died
You
on a
know
business trip.
But yeah, and I mean, there's a point where every 6 months our wage went up a little bit. Call it rate per stage, I think it was. And I missed one of mine because I fucked around and I didn't hand in some work. And this guy was on more money than me, and I was like, fuck, this guy's 16.
Yeah.
And he's on fucking
That is
more money
crazy.
than me. I mean, fair play, like, do you know what I mean? I'm not like, well, you shouldn't have been, obviously, but I mean,
Yeah.
It's a bit more on me.
I think it must be quite a weird situation. Especially, it's probably more prevalent in like private sector, but I'm probably getting to the age now in like the health service where like you'll start seeing like people that well, in fact, definitely because I've got doctors and stuff. It's weird seeing like people younger than you with far more seniority and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Just telling you what to do.
Yeah.
Not I've got
against
any
it.
issue with it, but
But
it's
it's weird.
it's just odd, like thinking.
Because that's the age we're at now, because this is quite new to us.
Yeah,
In
yeah,
the 20s, you see,
probably.
that's why it's been like, whoa, like,
Yeah. That's what it's hard to like. It is hard to sort of. I didn't mind when I was younger if someone was like, if I was in an office job when I was like sort of 20, like when I just sort of finished uni, I was like, if someone was younger than me doing better, I was like, oh, I don't mind because I'll catch up. Whereas now I'm starting to get to that sort of age where I'm like,
well,
oh,
this
shit.
is my life now.
Yeah,
I think it must be
so I'm a
weird
bit like, fuck, I may
if you've got someone that's far younger than you who is directly your boss and like telling you what to do.
Yeah.
I imagine that's quite a weird. And as you get older, obviously it happens, but I imagine that's quite a weird.
It would be a bit
feeling.
demeaning.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, absolutely, yeah, definitely.
So when we're out on the nights, I'm the boss.
If someone mentioned
I'm the gaffer. I'm the gaffer.
Yeah. Oh, if they mentioned it as well, like, oh, we're the same age. I'm not trying. Oh, yeah, that would be.
Yeah. But I think in that situation, being the younger person in the power position, have a bit of decorum.
Yeah.
Be professional. You don't mention the fact that you're younger.
Yeah.
It doesn't need to be spoke about.
You're 2 years older than me, you twat.
Yeah, and I'm fucking telling you what to do. Get off, Brad, you cunt. You've had too long. It's a bit like at work, you know, they say like, you shouldn't really talk about your wages and stuff with people. I mean, if you disagree with that, I agree, fair enough. But I mean, it's kind of one of them things that some things at work don't need to be spoke about, I suppose. I guess, because it just opens up a fucking can.
We don't have that problem because our wages are all like public.
Standardised,
so everyone knows what everyone's earning. I imagine, in a private, like.
Someone at work's on, the person that started this new job that I've got at the same time is on £2 more than me, man. Yeah, like, and I was like, I don't, because apparently, you know Ben Cayley? He was working there.
Was he not supposed to be here tonight?
Pass me
I think he might be coming tomorrow in my world.
Fucking hell, you're firing him out again.
Fucking hell, hit the ground running, man.
Podcast boomer.
That's it, man. So, but I don't know, man. Ben's just such a lost geezer, man. He fucking. If Ben's watching this, man, he'll laugh because this is insane. This is what he done to me. So I texted him saying, "What you doing this weekend?" He was like, "Oh, I don't know, like could go out." I was like, "Yeah, we'll go out. Like, see who's on it." Then about a day later, he goes, "Oh, I'll add you to the group chat." Added me to this group chat with like 20 man. They had a conversation going, who wants to go out this weekend? Had about 12 people say, yeah. Then went, yeah, Grafton's booking it. And tagged me and was like, these people want to go, book it. I was like, what? How has this become like, what the fuck?
On your shoulders.
I was like, nah. So that's where I left it. I was like, you can't book anywhere, man. So just do a podcast.
How shit is that at the moment, man? Like, you know,
Yeah.
everyone's really excited for them to open again for obvious reasons, and you know, obviously they're not wrong to be. But
it's the booking that's wrong.
I don't understand why they've done the fucking booking thing. you know when the pubs first opened,
Yeah.
like, and you know we were going to like the Butler's Arms, for example,
Mm.
and that was the one place that didn't do bookings, and it was absolutely heaving every time you went there, and they must have done like brilliant business.
Yeah,
And when you went to like places that were doing bookings,
Isn't that bad though? Like, isn't that against the law, kind of?
no, it's not against the
No,
law.
it's
No,
not.
when I say heaving, I just mean every table was full.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Whereas,
Booking thing opens
whereas
up
the
to a lot of
booking
no shows.
thing, like you go there and like people weren't turning up for tables, and you had like all those messages from like on Facebook from like independent sort of like companies and stuff going like, can you please like
Yeah.
cancel and stuff
like
like that?
seven cancellations.
Yeah,
It is a
Like,
shame to be fair.
And then, but yeah, but
It
you
is
just
a
think like, well,
bastard
if you just opened up, like,
Yeah.
you know, and if word gets around that you're just open to people coming in, like, surely people will come.
Yeah, you are right.
It's
If
quite-
you build it, they will come.
It's quite an easy, like, it's an easy way out as well. If you book, if you know how many people are going to be coming, like, I feel like you can just, it makes it a lot easier for you, man.
Yeah.
So they're kind of doing it in a way that's,
There,
I don't know, man.
there was. I'm not gonna mention names. He knows who he is if he's watching. Someone I know. Well, was actually his dad told
I'll
me.
put a photo.
Yeah, put it right now, post it on the screen. He was actually, I was speaking to his dad, and his dad goes, yeah, so and so's what he's done. This is like about a week or two for everything open up again. He goes, yeah, what he's done is he's like, he just put those tables a few weeks ago, and you know, so he's never got one. And at the time, I was like, oh, fair play. Now I've been trying to get a booking. I'm thinking, what a fucking wanker, man. It was
Yeah.
when I got my table. He's had somewhere else.
Bro,
Like,
Mate, that is ridiculous. That is
That's why when you
hilarious.
phoned who that was.
That is funny, man.
I don't think you would know him, to be fair.
That is out of order, man.
Just because the person you didn't know.
No, but you know what? It's one of them, some things in life are they are out of order, but you got to look out for yourself, man.
Oh yeah, of course.
That's like,
Yeah.
you know
I mean,
what?
I get it.
He's sorted.
I get it. Yeah. I want these fucking
That's a bit
sorted.
extreme though. Booking 4 tables.
It is extreme, but he's having the
Why
last
did he book
laugh, man.
4 tables? Like,
Hang on,
surely
where-
you get
Where
told
did
you
you
got-
get 4 from? But I think you just booked the numerous tables. Didn't you?
Yeah, I'm
I
thinking-
thought you said he booked 4
Oh,
tables.
mate, if it did.
Maybe like
We'll see.
if
We'll
it's
see.
like,
We
if
watch
it's
it
like
back.
12
Yeah.
tables, that's like insane.
Yeah. I booked the whole pub just in case I might want to go there, but that's it. You know, it's
Imagine man, you turn up.
hard at a social.
Lang-
Yeah, I got my first table, but I didn't trust them.
Yeah.
I'll give that one away, surely.
So if we book 20, then yeah, I'll definitely have one.
That's kind of like in a way. I know this is completely unrelated to this, man, but it just reminded me. I got an email yesterday saying they found a match for my bone marrow to give bone marrow, man.
They want you to.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
presuming you've got someone
Yeah,
looking at this.
yeah.
I was going to say, you're not ill, are you?
Oh no, I'm dying. Yeah. No, I'm dying of cancer. No. Yeah, so I'm going to give bone marrow, and they called me today, but
Are you actually
missed
going to give it?
So I'm going to give it, but I looked online, and 2%
what's the
chance of like serious
Is it not? Is it not?
complications.
I'm not saying you shouldn't do
It's
it.
agony,
'cause
yeah.
that- it's supposed to be
Really?
agonising.
What is the procedure? Like,
Well, this is the thing, man.
It's drill for your bonus.
Well,
Not drill,
you have
but
to
I
get a
mean,
hotel, man. Like,
oh, so it's like an operation.
Yeah,
Well, it is, I
because
suppose,
you
yeah.
have to travel to wherever the
Yeah.
patient is, obviously. I
like
think.
it looks like a serious. But I read.
Yeah, sorry.
So I read as well. It was like 25% tax. You get like deducted 25% of your total tax for the year.
Oh, so you're not fully doing it for.
That's not
Yeah,
like.
yeah, I was
for-
going to say.
for
Oh,
charitable
this is a nice guy
reasons,
job.
yeah.
Oh, right.
I feel like more people should.
Mm.
No, but that's quite like an incentive though. Like, for some people, I think. Like
Yeah.
25% of my tax is about £6. But like for
True.
some people,
6
That's
quid,
like-
you can
Do
get
you know
get
what?
four
Do you know
as
what?
well,
That's really deflated me about the whole thing. Like,
Really?
I
mate, I'm not.
No, not about you specifically, but I thought like when you see those stories, I always thought it was people just doing it
Oh no, it is.
out
bro.
of the goodness of their heart.
If
but-
I'm giving bone marrow, that is
No,
me being an absolute angel of a guy.
No, you are, but then it just sours it a bit. I think
Nah.
knowing that like, oh, there's a little bit on the side for
I
me.
get what you're saying, but
To be fair,
I think it's only fair that you have some kind of reward
No,
for doing
yeah,
it.
I
You know what I
know.
mean?
I shouldn't
I'll
have
be
mentioned
honest. I'm not going to do it because I don't.
It would depend how
I
much.
feel
this-
like-
I don't know, bone marrow. I don't know what goes.
It could
It's
save a
supposed
life,
to- Have
doesn't
you
it?
read into what actually happens? Because
Well, it was on the
all I know
email,
about
I
giving
don't-
bone marrow is it's supposed to be fucking agony.
I'll have a look at
Take
the
it.
email actually.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What is the procedure? How did
I'll
it?
have a look.
Well, as far as I've always, this could just be like urban myth from when like I first ever heard about it years ago. But it's basically, I always thought it was sort of just a sort of more intricate sort of injection into your bone, like
You
that
can't
to
be
take
putting
out.
people
Not
off,
just
though.
not like a syringe, but like some
Oh, that makes it cringe,
a
man.
bigger procedure. But even that just sounds fucking painful.
My arms felt weird then when
Yeah.
I kind of thought about it. So yeah.
Right.
We'll put him off by the end of this
Yeah,
podcast.
yeah.
If
That's
it's
what
like,
it is,
your arms,
yeah,
everything is horrible.
My marrow stayed here.
This
Bone
is what
marrow.
it, mate. This is what it says. So it goes. what you have to do. Right. Let me find it.
Sweet.
2
Who
phases.
sent you this email?
The NHS. Well, they found a match, and I need to sign up.
So could any one of us get this email at some point just saying?
If you sign
Oh,
up.
if you've signed up to
Yeah.
say that you would donate bone
But
marrow.
when you
at
give
some point.
blood, you can say,
Oh,
like,
I've never given
I'll
blood.
tick it. So I've ticked it thinking, like, oh, it never happened. And
I
now
went
it's
to
all-
give blood years ago when I was like a teenager. I just, not long I had my ears pierced, right? And I remember I went to it was in town. There was like you know, like a stall or stands, you know, donate blood. And I went there and I looked at they're like a sign saying you can't give blood if so and so. And one of them was if you got a piercing, and I was like, well, sure that excludes like fucking lot bare the population. So surely, you know, I don't know. That's weird.
Yeah. Ronaldo's never had a tattoo because of that. Because he wants to give blood like 3 times a year or something.
What I've done?
That's what I heard anyway.
Well, yeah, that could be here. So maybe just
Yeah,
scared.
he
He
could
might be scared of needles.
he could just not want a tattoo.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
But
Actually, I don't know if I've told you. That's why I've not got any tattoos as well.
because needles.
No, because I give blood on a regular basis. You know, just,
Yeah, later, man. I've got a tattoo. You haven't got a tattoo, have you? I've got a tattoo, but I talk about it too much. man, so
You've got
it's fine.
West Bromwich Albion.
West Bromwich Albion.
oh right, yeah.
I'm
I'll
thinking
write
about-
that in all fairness.
I'm thinking about getting like a. Would you get a tattoo, man? 25. How old are you? You're 26 now, James.
I'm
27.
27. You're 26.
26, yeah.
Oh, man.
If we got to that age without a
My
tattoo,
old
it
crusty
seems like a
ass.
bit of a.
I say
crisis,
this.
man,
I've said
to
this.
get one.
I've said, you know, if I really wanted a tattoo, surely by now I would have had one.
It's a young man's game. Tattoo.
Well, I wouldn't say that.
Okay.
I wouldn't say
You're
that.
still young. In your 20s, you're
Yeah,
still young.
yeah.
Yeah,
I wouldn't say
I
it's
say
that.
that.
You can
I
still-
I'm
you
still
still
too old
get
for tattoos, isn't it?
Yeah.
More free mate, no, don't call me Inky Morskin. But
Nah.
Real saggy.
Yeah,
Nah,
get me forward off, you know. I don't know what I'd get. Like, yeah, it's a, you know.
Yeah, it just sound a bit insane. to
You'd
be
probably
like,
get like a big England flag on the back of your neck.
I'll get a bottle of Stella, a bulldog,
Yes,
and yeah.
bro.
An outline
Brexit
of,
means
yeah,
Brexit.
outline of Churchill on your arm.
Oh yeah, of course, let's give him.
He would have stopped war.
That'd be hard, man. That'd be hard.
No, do you know what we'll get? 2 world wars and 1 world cup.
Yeah.
Massive letters, that'd be hard.
Imagine. Fuck.
Yeah.
Nah, that'd be hilarious.
Yeah, it would be, but yeah, for you lot, then I'll be having your.
You
That
could,
would
you,
be
you, could,
fun.
you could say that in certain pubs and they'd give you a round of applause. So, yes,
Do you know what
get
the
it
thing
done.
is? If I'd done that, I probably would get so much free beer. I'll get that was drink bought for me in pubs.
Yeah.
It would be worth.
Oh,
me
You'd have to go to like dodgy
I don't
social
know.
clubs and they
Yeah, like-
I've one on me, son.
the church tavern in Ellington.
Yeah.
Have you been to the church tavern in Ellington? by the way?
no.
Fuck.
Which one? Which sort? Of, like, because I need to.
It's on the high street.
Bro,
You
I
said it
need-
all really.
you need to take me around Erdington, bro. Go to the.
Wait, you're not missing
Pub crawls?
anything, man.
I need
Well,
to.
we might make it back, man. To be
Right
honest.
until the cross
Bro,
keys.
that,
No,
I'm going
bro.
to join the those social clubs and that, man. Like the one at Holly Lane.
I'm on it, man. Oh, but where
The
Erin
new
Bar?
one.
Is it still over at Erin Bar? It's not. Is it?
There's 2 in it. There's one at Eringo Bra, I think, and there's one that's like further down that's like looks decent, man. Like I walk past it, and it's like
I don't know, man. Let's go.
it's nice, man. Let's go, man.
But let me tell you about the church tavern, right? So, I was with Reese, and we was on the high street. This is like pre-COVID, like just moving to the flat. And we was walking around on the high, you know, we was on there for some reason, but you know, we was walking past and I was like, oh, should we go in there for a pint? Church tavern. And he was like, fucking hell. Laughing, he was like, yeah, alright, yeah.
Fuck.
We thought this would be funny. So we walked in, right, and it's like heaving, like bare like piss heads, like bare like Erdington piss heads, like we got a DJ like playing like I don't know, like
DJs,
Vibes Cartel and shit, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like he's like a school
bro.
it's like a school disco
Man to
DJ.
man, go to
I'm gonna be nice. But yeah, so I was stood there, me and Reese walked in, got a pint. Reese went outside to make a phone call and apparently got absolutely shouted at by someone. You can't be your fucking drink, guys! Oh, went mad.
Oh.
And he came back in and we was chatting and that, and I was like, Reese, it's fucking popping here, isn't it? He was like, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
what?
It's popping.
Oh,
He was
pop-
going
Bro,
off.
it is.
Yeah. And right, I said to him, I was looking around, I was like, bro, it's Monday afternoon at 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
And he was like, I know.
Yeah,
He was heaving, man.
Mate, I remember when I used to work in Erdington at an office, innit? And when I'd get the bus, it would go through Erdington, man. And like I'd get the bus at past like honestly like 9 o'clock in the morning. I'd be going past. You know the pub that's like behind KFC. It's like on the other side. The other side of the road.
It's called the Pheasant Plucker now.
The Pheasant Plucker.
Is that,
yeah.
the fucking Pheasant Plucker.
Fucking pheasant. Bro, I drove, like, I was on the top deck of the bus, I looked in, it was like 9 AM on a Tuesday, They had like flashing lights, disco, bro. People were drinking. It was like Paddy's Day, bro. I was like, what the hell, man? Like, people are going to work, just standard.
And then people are getting fucked
like,
up with it, man.
Fair play.
And yeah, if that, do you know what?
If
that's what makes them happy.
Yeah,
you know, I'd rather that than, you know, when you go to like the top of the High Street by Dixon's, like, you know, the far end of the High Street from here.
I don't know, I don't know whether I've been
it. Yeah. You know what I'm about. It's, you know, six ways.
UTC. Oh,
no, the other end of the High Street.
Oh, brother.
Oh,
fuck
God. Harriet's sister, Tay, worked in that Dixon's for a few months.
Sort it out.
Mate, she said she'd be there at work, like, on the phone to a customer, like, trying to sort out like, serious stuff like a house food. And there's just geezers fought window getting stuck in that, like next to smoke on the window, and she's like, fucking up.
Bro,
I mean,
it's a moody place, man. Like,
it actually, that annoys me though, because it's fucking people with families, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you, I haven't got fucking kids or anything, do you know what I mean? But like, imagine you walking your kid and there's like some kids going, oh, in the day, you're like, come on, man, I don't know.
That's like it's kind of like, that's low, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like you can
I do feel bad though at the same time, because they've obviously got some demons.
But I feel like there's turn into like, let's say rock bottom turn into like, say if I was starting to do a bottle of whiskey a night, yeah, and then there's that man hanging around there.
Yeah,
that's like another level.
Yeah, because you can be a functional alcoholic. I'm not saying it's not good, obviously.
Yeah, but they're probably people who probably lost their friends. Who like if you started having a bottle of whiskey a day, and then you probably then started going, right, I actually prefer hanging around with this crowd. These are more like me and stuff like that. That's probably how you end up.
That's the sad bit of it. Yeah. You know, but at the same time, you know, if they're happy.
I don't think they are, though, innit?
Well, of course not.
None of them.
Well, no, of course not. But I mean,
you
seems like a lot about them.
Barry's not happy,
and nor am I.
Right. It just seems like it's one of them where, but to be fair, there's probably so many like houses that are like that, and it's just because it's bait as fuck. It's active, so everyone like goes past and sees it.
True. Yeah.
So probably
that's what I'm saying. Go to the park.
Yeah. To be fair, you could probably go. It's probably because of just the sort of reputation as well. Because you could probably go around like Sutton, for example, and you'd still see people like fucked off their tits. Like,
but you wouldn't go. There's not that spot. You know for a fact.
If we go there now,
we go there now. There's going to be.
If we go there now, there's going to be about at least 5 people.
Should we land?
Fucking go. It's the second Joe Boggs on the road. Joe Boggs on the road.
I want to go
on the road.
I want to do like 100%, man. I want to go down like the streets and start like doing some funny shit on the streets and being like interviewing people. But with COVID, it's kind of long, isn't it?
God.
Well,
and also
it's not now though.
It might not be. Like, I don't want to be rude, man, and that's the problem.
Have you seen those ones? Have you ever typed in Birmingham into YouTube?
Yeah, bro.
And you get those cunts that are outside the ball ring.
It's like
going
fucking.
We're going to ask members of the public, like, can they answer GCSE questions?
Oh my god,
or something
bro! I
like
watched one. This geezer, he goes around town and he's like 15, and he's like, what's the ugliest race? And you have like,
what? Yeah, you're
honestly,
what's maybe not as harsh that, but they're like, what's the most butters area in Birmingham?
Yeah.
People are like Small Heath.
What's the ugliest race?
Yeah,
that's dark, man.
To be fair, it doesn't. Yeah, they don't do it like a dark way.
No, I know what you mean. But like, they just do these really like, they just go up to people, and they're normally like other young people as well, and they just ask them these like sort of stupid inane questions.
The quite clearly look for people who look a bit thick. I'm sure. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I hate it, man. I hate when Birmingham is portrayed as. Birmingham is always has been portrayed as a fucking stupid city.
Yeah.
If that's the truth or not, or whatever. But I don't like
the accent. You were going to say it's the accent.
Yeah. But our accent isn't. I don't think we've got like a Brummie accent in it.
No, we have, but it's just not really strong.
Everyone thinks everyone hears a black country accent, which is essentially like our accent cranked up to 10. Yeah. It's like a parody of our fucking accent essentially, but that's what they think we all sound like.
I think we have a stronger accent. The more drunk we get as well. Like I think I know it's like when you get more drunk, you start going like fuck you know, fuck you know.
Yeah.
I noticed like when I first went to uni, like a guy that I lived with, Michael, like he was from like Luton, so he had like a proper southern accent, and he started going like bacon, Because he'd accidentally start going like bacon like that, and he goes, "Shit, I'm starting to sound like you." But then I started saying things like glass accidentally. I was like,
"Oh,
"Fucking hell,
mate, don't you think it's bare awkward? Like if you're around someone that says like glass." I don't want to say then glass in front of them because I'm like,
you feel like trumpet.
Yeah. But then if I,
coming and over.
Yeah,
God, it's
so true.
Yeah.
But then if I say glass, I sound like
fraud.
someone's looking at me.
No, it's if you came. It was when like if you came back to Birmingham like for Christmas and you said like I'll have a glass of water. Everyone would just like everyone devil eyes on you. Go like, what did you just fucking say?
That's
a glass. Do you want a bath as well?
We'll walk on the grass, maybe.
Maybe we are there, Brummy, because that sounds insane.
There was a geezer at work.
We are quite
I'll have a glass.
And there was a guy at work, and I was on the phone, and I said the word lady. And he went, "Oh, lady." I was like, you live in West Brom, man. You're trying to talk to me. What the fuck? Like, he's not local.
Yeah.
He's from around he's around the country, but not, And I was like, we can't fucking take the piss, man. We're in West Brom.
Yeah.
Everyone around here goes, "Yeah, you have an voice and all that." Do you know what I mean?
Mate,
I'm not that bad.
Mate, our accent's like standard for where we are, and there's definitely a lot worse accents. But then again, it's like you said the other day that you liked. Is it Liverpool accent?
I love Scouse accents. Yeah, not proper like
that's like a
not proper like that. Yeah, that's very Marmite. Scouse accents. I don't like the fucking like that.
I think it's hilarious.
Quite like a soft.
It's nice. I know this sounds sexist.
Scouse
It's like
I think it's quite
girls with Scouse accents, like posh girls with Scouse accents, like
posh girls
rich
with
girls,
Scouse
rich.
It's a niche.
I was going to say,
Yeah,
how does that sound?
Because it's like I don't know, like rich posh girls with Liverpool accents.
I'm trying to even
They're
imagine.
It's kind of like it doesn't like so.
It doesn't
sound right on them, but it's like intriguing because you're like, right, they're not like whiny and like they're like very like, but they've got an accent. So
I know what you're saying.
I don't know.
It just annoys me that people say we sound thick. Alright, I'm not going to say that they're wrong for saying that, but Geordies. Do you know what I mean? What, man? Like, what's that? Do you know what I mean? Like, come on.
To be fair, I do see quite a lot of tweets about people saying that actually people just like any sort of northern accent that basically isn't a southern accent. Basically saying at least it gives you character and stuff like that. Whereas everywhere around London just sounds the same.
Yeah,
really.
Yeah. I think it's mad though, like where we are right now. So obviously we're in Birmingham, got Birmingham accent. Obviously, you can go 5 miles down the road to like Warsaw or however many miles it is, and it's a different accent.
Yeah, that is.
We can go to like Lichfield, and it's a different accent.
That is
I don't know. It might not be, but I do think
but how
Lichfield are more well spoken than us.
Yeah. How come though, man? Like, I feel like that's some caveman type shit. Like everyone feels like they should have the same accent nowadays.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
With like the internet and shit, it's not like different tribes of people that have never like. It's mad.
Should have sound American.
Yeah, no, but I'm surprised.
Hey man, like, comment, subscribe to Joe Vlogs.
Subscribe, guys.
Man, I'm surprised we don't, man. I think like, is that stupid? I feel like I don't know. Do some work on it, man. Someone do research. More.
You need that. You know what? Who's that guy? Joe Rogan.
Jamie.
Bro, can you get Jamie in, man?
Bro, I need
that was Eve.
Mate, Eve done it for one
as
episode,
I refer
man.
to as Debbie McGee.
Yeah, bro, that was good, man. That one. And Eve was going to do it, but I don't know, man. She needs to do it, man. To be honest, going forward. Once I've got the podcast room set up, man, and I get a little assistant, it'll be jokes. So I've got to put it up, man.
I quite like this room. To be fair, it seems to be working quite well so far.
Yeah.
But then again, this is your living room.
But I don't like if this is. But I feel like the podcast room needs more of a. Like, and also I've realised as well, like I need to do. It's going to be a podcast as well, because before the videos have been like, what are they like? Are they videos of just? Because there's no mics and anything. I'm going to do more podcast vibes, so like
professional, like
yeah, put it on like try and get it on Spotify and that.
Okay. How would you go about that,
bro? You have to have for Apple podcasts, you have to have like 6 podcasts. And they just like go through them to check if you're okay.
Do you have to have like a certain quality of sound?
Yeah, I think
imagine that as your job. Just listening to podcasts. I bet you hear some fucking
mate,
shit.
Yeah.
You must just spend your whole day going, fucking hell, man.
Yeah, but that
you've just foreshadowed this in 2 years.
I know. Some guy on Apple going
listening to this.
Fucking hell, what he's got? Accents, fucking. What is their fucking accent?
Oh, mate, but that's the thing. I've been watching bare podcasts at the moment, and I'm like, okay, this ain't going to be Joe Rogan. But
yeah, we don't want to be this
some of them are fucking awful, bro. So I'd rather listen to us. But maybe that's because we are us, man. that would rob us.
Yeah, but
Whoa! And that's the sort of quality you get in like thinking with
but surely the people that have become successful at podcasts have only become successful by being themselves.
Yeah,
and
true.
by people
True.
like liking what they do.
That's true.
So
we need a Patreon, man. You need like 100 loyal fans, man. What's that quote where it's like, it's better to have like 100 loyal fans than like
a million fake
a
ones.
million fake ones. That sounds like some Instagram gas.
It does sound a bit like fucking
like,
a bit cheesy, man. But I mean,
you should do that on TikTok. TikTok.
TikTok.
Alright, Grandad.
Get on that TikTok. Get on that TikTok. Get your Joe vlogs on that TikTok.
on your face, space, you know.
Yeah.
You want
Get that on the tweets.
Mate, yeah, I will do, man. TikTok, mate, I do TikTok at the moment. It's kind of jokes, you know.
You do it.
No, like I've been looking at it. I've got the app.
The views are mad. Like, so Harriet's sister's got TikTok, right, and she basically got it because she's doing like a makeup business. Swift Beauty UK, little plug. Follow
put it in the link.
Yeah, man, we'll put this link here. I've always wanted to do that, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, so she was doing her videos of like basically before and afters of her wearing a bit of makeup sort of
Yeah,
thing.
that's made for TikTok.
But then she done, and she got like decent amount of views, like I think in the hundreds sort of thing, which is alright. Pretty good to be fair.
Yeah.
And she done a video, so the Harriet and Tay, their dad's got a roofing business, and they've done a video, and it's pretty sick to be fair, where they're on the roof before the job starts, and Harriet's dad's going, walks up to the camera, puts his hand to the camera, and then he comes, pulls away, and it's done.
That's
and it got bare views.
Yeah.
Like thousands of views. And she was fucking pissed. She's like, what was my dad getting all these views? She's fucking ripping.
Bro, that's sick, man. Bro,
you know,
yeah.
You can do what I when I was doing my training, I worked. One of my like mentors that he said his friend literally was able to quit his job because he started just doing like comedy videos on TikTok that started.
Can you get paid off TikTok?
Yeah,
suppose
it's like YouTube. I think if you get enough, if you get enough.
have ads though, like.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't have it, but I know that. You can definitely make money off it.
And it's
But he was
also
able to
like
quit. He was
brand
able to
deals
quit
and
his
shit.
job and start doing TikTok videos as like, sorry, TikTok videos.
TikTok clips.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can, man. It's a decent business, but it's rare that like if you're like a good-looking American geezer who's like 16 and you just fucking dance, you get billions.
Correct.
Like
That,
it's insane. Like that sort of like. But I think actually doing something that you think's funny, like good.
Well, you can
Maybe our sense of humour is quite niche as well.
Yeah.
Well, I say niche enough to not make us fucking millions.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know, mate. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, you say this could be. The
There's not any money.
Who
in
knows?
it.
Who knows?
There's
Genesis.
no money in like. There's no money in it, surely, as well. Like comedy, that sort of comedy. Like really, like
What sort of comedy? Like
being funny, man. There's no money in it.
Well, yeah.
I don't know.
Well,
I reckon.
Well, now stand-ups maybe, but that other than stand-ups, like
I don't know. I would say like.
That's a bit of an opening question, like, but there's a lot. I mean, how long's a piece of string? Obviously,
The thing with stand-ups is that I've learned is that a load of them are controlled by the same. They've got like the same agency,
Right.
so they'll pick them. So all the comedians you see on like Would I Lie to You,
It's panel shows, like
shows and all that, like they're all sort of run by the same people. That's why they get on them. That's why they
Makes
get
sense, yeah.
all the airtime. That's why they get paid
that's
so
when
much.
you've kind of made it.
Well, yeah, I guess so. But then
Like-
you sort of. But then I think you sort of have to adhere to sort of their.
You need to
style.
break away from that,
Yeah,
don't you?
yeah, because then you can't do your own thing. You have to go like, right, well, we need you to do sort of panel show type comedy. We need quick fire gags, and we need you to like, get laughs here and there and stuff like that. Whereas, you could be funny. Like you wouldn't get. Like Steve Coogan, for example, or something like that, you wouldn't get like him doing like Alan Partridge now as a character, and I guarantee he probably wouldn't be picked up now. Like,
you reckon?
I reckon that people would find him funny, but he wouldn't get like picked
It
out.
would probably be like YouTube.
Or something like that.
Yeah.
But he wouldn't like be as successful because now all they want is like, right, how do we cut this down so that we can get a load of funny bits in a 30-minute show?
Yeah. It just seems like.
Whereas Alan Partridge, like that does not work like that. If you know what I mean.
There's a guy called David Earl, and he's in. You know the guy in Derek who plays Kevin.
David O. I haven't watched Derek. I started doing
and he's in Afterlife that plays Brian. Brian, the weird hoarder.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Yeah.
He does like Twitch and stuff, and like He's fucking jokes. Like, he's probably one of the funniest geezers I've ever seen.
That's another thing. Twitch.
Yeah,
Streaming, like,
pee.
fuck, bro, like,
It's
I
just,
remember-
that's what I'm saying.
I
Like,
remember
the
years
gaming,
ago-
you make so much pee, but
Watching
being like a
Limmy.
funny guy,
Watching
yeah.
Limmy.
you're not gonna make that much pee.
I remember years ago, like 10 years ago, I used to watch like, well, I went back then just on YouTube, they call it like Let's Play, like I don't know,
Yeah.
whatever, Skyrim way for instance. I remember looking at it thinking, fuck, I'd love to do this. And I didn't because I thought, oh, I'm going to get terrible for this.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at these, but making fucking dough, and I'm like, why didn't I do
Bro,
that, man? Like,
all
you
the
know.
geezers, like, you know, like the sidemen on YouTube,
Yeah,
they're all
yeah.
losers, man.
Honestly,
And they're all like,
I only saw them the other day, and I was just like, how the fuck have you? Well,
Yeah,
no, they
right.
were already established, they weren't
that's what
they,
I'm
in
saying.
some way?
But they're like the nerdy kids in school that were like I'm playing FIFA, and people would be like, what a weirdo.
Yeah,
But-
And
yeah.
now they're killing it. They're
But
in
you know,
Lambos.
the
KSI
But
bring
they're
them through.
actual.
But have you
What?
never?
Did KSI bring them through?
I
Is
think
he
they
the
started-
ringleader sort of thing?
I think so. I think they all started like the same time, man. I don't really know, to be honest.
But have you never watched like
It's
Twitch
just
where you've just sort of been watching, or Twitch or like YouTube videos where you've just gone like, why the fuck are people like subscribing to you? Like, they can be the
Yeah,
most boring
yeah.
fucking cunts.
It's just
ever.
mad. It's
Mm.
mad.
And for some reason, people watch them, and you just go, well, why? You've got no. Because I always think like, if you're gonna do something like that, you need a bit of a personality to make it entertaining
Yeah.
at
Have
least.
you guys seen Rate My Takeaway on YouTube?
Bro.
Is this the dude that goes
Bro,
around?
what's he say? He's like, today, folks, right? What's he say?
Try that new blow, Jordan Leeds. He's just fucking jokes.
Oh,
man.
Lord.
Why didn't I think? Oh, why don't I just drive around into like Perifina?
Because I feel like
Right,
Fair
think of
people
one now
have
then.
them.
Well, we'll think of one tonight.
Bro, I
Joe
feel like...
Logs.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
alright.
Joe Vlogs, pump this out, bro.
Yeah,
Joe
Joe's go,
Vlogs.
man. Let's go.
But-
Run it up, dude.
Yeah.
Look at the numbers, man.
Mate, if this gets 100,000 views, man, like, do you know what I mean? That gets 100,000 views. But it's
Bear, man. It gets
that's what I'm saying, that, like,
more than that. I'm sure it gets a million sometimes.
part of
Not
me's
wrong.
like, looking at shit on YouTube, like, that is dead. But then I'm also, I haven't put a video on for 2 months.
Also-
so I'm like,
I reckon they probably do a lot more work in the back. Like
yeah, they
like
put...
they do dirty like if you wanted to get started and did those dirty tactics, like, you know, if you go on YouTube and like you put in the comment section hashtag and everything you can think of,
Oh, yeah,
so
I
that
will
it comes
start
up
doing
in the
that.
search.
Yeah.
So it comes up in the
Boobs.
search engine.
Yeah.
You get us.
Hashtag tits.
Teds.
Some geezer looking at tits online and you're kind of going, tic-tac!
That's quite good actually.
Oh, give me a subscribe, you know.
Yeah. Don't need a wank now.
Mate, so honestly, that's the thing though. This is the problem as well, man. Like, the whole time I was doing Joe Vlogs, man, I was like 100 subscribers. That's when I've made it. That's when it's
I've got
perfect. 117. But now, like,
So-
no one else is everyone that would have subscribed that knows me has subscribed.
friends.
This is the slug now.
That's what you need. You need to now.
I need some fucking geezer in Milton Keynes.
Or you
that I don't know.
need to start using Twitter and get people to like start retweeting and stuff like, and go like, oh, check out this podcast or check
Yeah.
out this or something like that.
Need to get on iTunes, Apple Podcasts and Spotify, man. Because the bare podcasts I listen to, I don't know what they look like, and I just listen to them like fucking in the bath.
You know what's interesting, like, it's
Weird one.
the
that
example I'm going to use in the podcast, but you know, Arrested Development. You watch the Arrested
Yeah,
Development.
I love it.
You know the narrator.
was. Yeah, who is it? again?
Only Ron Howard.
Ron Howard, yeah, Ron
I
Howard.
only found out what he looked like a couple months ago, and I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
'Cause I didn't know. I only know him for that role.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I was like, fuck, you know what he looks like. 'Cause I watched that show for years. I've known that show for like 10 years.
They're
or
weird.
something.
Did he create it? Yeah, because
Him and
Not-
Greg Hurwitz.
yeah.
No. It's Mitchell Hurwitz. I think his name is.
Mitch Hurwitz. Is it?
Mitchell
Greg
Hurwitz.
is what mine-
Put it there. Put jingle there.
Man, but
Sure it is.
I do that with like football commentators, man. Like sometimes I've listened to them my whole life, and I'll Google them, and I'll be like, no way,
They look like
like,
that.
they look like that. It's bro, when I worked in One Stop, I served who's that geezer? He's on like BRMB called Tom Ross.
Tom
Do you know
Ross.
Tom Ross?
Yeah.
You know
Tom Ross is
Mike,
got-
Mike Wells is
Yeah.
He's related to Mike Wells, isn't he?
Is it?
Mike Wells thinks he's
Yeah.
don't want to.
Right.
But I remember saying,
Get the lawyers in.
Like, imagine Tom Ross listening to this like that.
What a
But I
fool.
remember, bro, I was
I'm sure
serving him.
he's
and he
Mike's
was like-
uncle or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, he's related to him somehow. Because I remember I said like, because no one knows who Tom Ross is. Do you know what I mean? So I remember like him being like, oh yeah, I know him. But I remember serving him, and I was like, Tom Ross, and he was like, you're awesome. And I was like, I'm an Albion fan, and he was like, yes, yeah. I was like, gassed. Couldn't believe it, mate. The name.
Did he?
is
Tom Ross.
Mitchell
He always
Howard.
used to commentate on the Birmingham
Yeah,
City
yeah,
games.
yeah.
Yeah,
Any
he was-
sort of blues. But, mate,
Have you,
Arrested
have
Development,
you met
Mitchell
any?
Howard.
But Mitchell Hurwitz, yeah.
Yeah, Mitchell.
Yeah. Have you met any famous people?
I got a question for Ben.
Fucking hell.
So this was sent in, and it said, would you rather then have your dream car with an electric motor or your dream engine in a KA?
Now, guess who did that?
Well, my first guess is it Kaylee?
Nah, no.
I know, and that was not my first guess.
Shit.
I would have said that's Phipps.
Nah.
Not Phipps either. Fuck. Is he someone like, I don't know, is he like Mike Street or someone?
It's, nah.
Not even far off.
It's kinda close.
What, that
It'll be
was
someone
not-
you've never,
Yeah,
it'll be
that
someone,
one.
it'll be someone you've never heard of.
Yeah. I don't think you'll get it. It's, should I say?
I could use my...
Benjamin Netanyahu.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
Who?
Benjamin Netanyahu. He's the
you not know?
poet, isn't he?
What? Who?
Benjamin Netanyahu.
Netanyahu.
Oh no, he's a prime minister of Israel.
Are you being serious?
Oh yeah.
Fucking hell, man.
He's a poet, isn't he?
Bro, who am I
Me,
thinking
man.
of?
I'm thinking, who the fuck's he?
No, I'm thinking of someone here. Fuck's sake, man.
Could have got somebody like please, bro.
Oh, let myself down, man.
Please don't edit that one out.
So
No,
yeah,
I'll leave it in. I'll leave it in. But,
Kill it.
nah, but I was thinking about, bro,
Benjamin Netanyahu, he's a poet, isn't
bro,
he?
it's in Alan Partridge, isn't it? Benjamin Netanyahu, when he's like, you're never gonna meet him.
You're never gonna meet him.
Oh no,
So,
a poet.
My answer to that question
Yeah, what do you
would
think?
be, I would choose to have. What was the second part? My dream engine.
Dream car with
What
an
was
electric motor or your dream engine in a KA?
I'd have my dream engine in KA because I think it would just be funny to have a KA that's.
What's
fucking
bad with an
rapid.
electric motor? Is that
No,
shit?
no, I'm not saying electric cars are bad at all. It's not, I want to make that clear.
Yeah.
But as someone who likes cars, as a, as a
Yeah,
thing,
yeah.
I don't find it interesting because I like driving. I like changing gear. I like to hear.
Oh, is electric like, no gears?
Electric is literally, it's like an automatic.
Oh, fire.
But they have, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying they're bad. I mean, I'm
Yeah,
sure they're very good. And I'm not actually an
Like a
electric car.
Tesla.
Yeah, Tesla, there's a few now to be fair. Polestars and one. But anyway, I like, was out in my car earlier, do you know what I mean? This fucking hell, this is fucking, basically I've got this old Honda Civic. It's like 20 years old. It's, for lack of a better word, it's a bit of a fucking shitter. It's battered, it's bare density, it looks like...
You sit down on it and you're basically underground.
Yeah.
It's that low.
Low as fuck.
Yeah,
but I'm basically kind of making it to take on track.
Okay.
Essentially, like...
Shit.
In the past, I've said, like, I like cars, and people think, oh, yeah, you must be into, like, Ferraris and stuff.
Yeah.
And obviously they're sick. But I like old cars, like, I just like shit cars that have been made. Interesting sort of thing. And, like, this car is, like, it's not even that fast. And for the money I've spent on it, I could have bought, like, a Golf GTI. It would be quicker. But for me, it's not the point.
Yeah.
It makes a sick noise, it's fun to drive, it's, like, low, it's, like, stiff, it's, like, handles sick. So, that's the thing with electric cars. They're just, with cars for me, noise or the sound. I'm not saying just one-way cars may be really loud, but just the sound they make, that's...
Can you turn that off? I know it sounds like a stupid question, but like, can you turn, like, say if you just want to go down a quiet road one day. No.
Well, you can.
It's just always going to be loud.
If you drive it sensibly, like, it's not as loud, but it's still loud.
I was having to cover my face earlier.
I've
got this thing, I can't remember what do you call it? A V...
It's VTEC, basically.
VTEC.
It's just some technology made that basically, like,
he literally, he starts accelerating, and then it just starts going...
It gets really loud.
Fast. And we were going down like wild green, like
it covered his face.
And I was just going like, fucking hell, like people see me here. Because I had the windows down in this like sort of low
shitter, like
old.
I was
just
like, literally.
I want to go.
The thing is,
he's been like a fucking little joyride.
It is a yobbo car, and the thing is, because when I bought it, it was like just a 1.4. But when I bought it, it was literally like a grandma's car, like 1.4.
Yeah.
And I've since modified it, but I've still got 1.4 badge at the back. So to anyone who looks at it, is like, what a fucking
Yeah.
arsehole. He's put this massive exhaust, he's got a massive exhaust in it. This guy's put this massive exhaust on this 1.4 shitter.
Could we get a photo? Send me a photo and I'll put it on the
Yeah,
video.
yeah, calm. I'm a bit hesitant too, but yeah, calm.
Why?
Because it looks shit. Like,
Nah.
To anyone who's looking at that, they would be like, what the fuck?
But if they know about cars, they'll be like.
If they know about cars, yeah, they get it, sort of thing.
Yeah. So joke's on you if you don't like
Yeah,
it.
fuck you, man. Get into cars, what's the problem?
Yeah, you don't know about it, man.
But yeah, that's the electric cars to me. Like, they are obviously, you know. I also think that they are maybe not the final. Well, this is the final solution. Then fucking, let's not say that, innit? They're not maybe not the final, like the be all end all.
Yeah,
They're not.
There's another stage.
Yeah.
Hydrogen cars is another thing that's kind of. I don't know a lot about it, to be honest with you, but that's another thing that I think should be more looked into. But that's a fucking other. That's the time. That's
The only thing I'd say, man, from not knowing anything about cars, is I'm having my lessons at the moment, and
How do they go?
Well,
I see that you tweet every time saying that you're shitting yourself.
It's just because, bro. Honestly, I have like a panic attack every day, every lesson.
How often do you have that? Yeah, but you will have that.
Once a week.
Okay.
For an hour. But like, I don't know. That's the thing. Like, it's like I had yesterday off work, and I had my lesson at 5 o'clock, and I was genuinely at 12. I was like, I should have just went to work, man, because I can't enjoy it today. Like, I was watching TV, like I can't even enjoy it.
Well, do you feel that?
I was just thinking about it.
No, I felt that though when I was doing, when I was learning, like you do shit yourself.
Of course.
Even after I passed, like I used to shit myself, like.
When you pass, that's like there's a lot of people saw before. There's an old saying like, when you pass your test, that's when you start learning.
That's when you start learning.
Yeah. And also like my instructor Pete, you know Pete Manifold.
Yeah.
Like he.
Also
like,
Manifold.
I feel big up Pete Manifold. But he I think his standards as well are very high, you know. Like obviously I'm shit, and he'd probably be like I'm not the best, but I think in my head I'm like, now I'm at the level where if I had to drive to town, I could.
Yeah.
It might not be like the smoothest thing.
But driving instructors will be like that because they're not.
It's good. It's good. To be like that,
because
you know?
but that's their job, is because they want to make you pass your test, and you need to be held to the highest standard for your test.
Yeah.
If you let's be honest, if any of us did our test and drove as we did now,
that's what
you failed. You wouldn't check. You wouldn't always. And you wouldn't necessarily. You wouldn't. You're supposed to, every time you do a gear change, you're supposed to check your rear mirror. Yeah. You're not going to do that realistically.
I think that's silly.
Do you have to do that?
No, I did it. I'm not sure that.
That was what my mum told that you should, every time you do a gear change, because you're changing speed technically, you should do a visible check into your rear mirror.
That's mad. I mean,
I don't know. I did mine a lot later than yours.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying I'm just surprised.
As well, I'm sort of, because you've got a car now, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, just living here as well now on my own, like not having a car and not being able to, it's just fucked.
The public transport right here isn't the best. Because to walk to you've got to walk to Chester Road.
Chester Road isn't so bad.
It's not that far, but it's like 20-minute walk.
It's just like, even stuff now, like if I'm like that age now where I'm not sort of just going into Sutton every weekend, do you know what I mean? That's my only thing that I'd do out. Like, if me and Eve want to go to the cinema on a Tuesday, like it's like we can't just fucking go to Star City, come back. It has to be like a huge fucking
ordeal,
man.
Pay like 25 quid for a taxi back.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Everything is like a fucking. It's just long. Like
it is worth doing, even if you know especially now we're at this age. To be fair, it is something I think.
That's it, and I have to. It's just the anxiety of it on the days.
You should probably do more than 1 hour a week. Then you should probably do 2 hours, or do a 2 hour.
Yeah.
2 hour like session
at the
week.
Start,
because then at least you just get it over with, and then you've got more time behind the wheel, and then you don't have that.
Lockdown stopped as well, man.
Yeah, you don't have that anxiety as well of having to do it twice a week. You can just sort of go, I've got my driving lesson, and then you can just get on.
I don't know what it is, man, because the actual when I'm in the car, it's not so bad. Like I'm all right, but it's like my days. If I've got a lesson on Wednesday, Monday and Tuesday I'll be ruined.
Really?
Like I won't be able to. About 20. This is the thing I was telling you.
But that's a couple of weeks normally ago. About 20 and 30. They say between 20 and 30 is when you usually start
I'm about 30. I think I had to be fair, but I'm saying like you still feel like pretty anxious about
I feel like awful. Like it's beyond like I was like because everyone's sort of like everyone's like over driving lesson, whereas I was like nah man, this ain't normal.
Do you know what I think you should do?
Fucked.
I reckon you should try driving the car without Pete being there.
Yeah.
Because I think with lessons, I think having.
And that's the thing I can't.
Well, I mean, I said that.
Go and grab one.
I said that, and I realised.
Because I know, like in my head, like before, like my mum and dad went away, I was like, I should have just got in my dad's car and been like,
What they get done?
go to what?
What they get done for?
What do you mean? Oh,
No, when
20
you can.
years. 20 years. I was like, I should have went to like an industrial estate and that, and just, but I'm getting better each weekend. It's just like you passing 30 lessons.
It's been a long time. I can't remember.
There's no way, bro. I'm like, I reckon. How many did you take?
I did the intensive one. I did it.
Oh,
I did like all my lessons like in a week.
And you passed.
Would compete that?
I didn't. I passed second time. I didn't pass the first time.
So how? So like a week of lessons.
Yes, you do.
That's
intensive course. You do.
Oh, one sec. Can I call Tom and go for a piss?
Oh yeah, cool.
You got a downstairs toilet?
Yeah. If you go in the kitchen, it's
Yeah.
like by the fridge. It's like straight ahead.
Do you want anything from the kitchen on there?
No, thank you.
But
should we pause it?
Are we
Should
pausing?
we stop talking?
yeah, what I was gonna say was if
I could go for a piss actually.
if you literally, well, to be fair, the civic shit's driving the lecture automatic, but if you want, even if we go in Harrods car, so I can just stay in it.
Yeah,
that's,
bro.
that's the same. Just
Right, yeah, I'd love that,
but
man.
then at the same time, what car are you learning?
Fuck, I don't even know.
Well, it's probably not
Ford
Harrods car.
Fiesta. I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
know. I think so. I honestly, that's the thing. I don't know, man.
You don't need to go. Just
I'm getting a mini. I'm getting a mini.
Shall I pause? Shall I pause it?
Nah, just let it run, but just go. Just go.
What, 2 seconds.
We'll be back.
We'll be back.
Excuse me. Have you got a downstairs toilet, or did you say that's broken?
The upstairs is broken, but it works.
It's Ben gone in.
No, the downstairs works, but you can go upstairs.
Which one's Ben gone to? You notice?
That one. If you're having a shit,
I'm not having a shit.
just if you are,
I'm not.
which is fine, but just be careful. That's all I'm gonna say.
I'm not having a
Because it
shit.
could break off. Don't sue me. You reckon, bro?
Alright, you know.
Right, that, bro.
Perfect house, like first house kind of thing.
Yeah. It's quite like.
Is it still filming? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
It's all right size, isn't it? Like it's perfect.
Yeah, it's not too big, but it's not too small.
Yeah.
Well, it's definitely not too small. It's a nice fucking size.
It's one of them where it's like.
The garden as well, but like the garden, that's not going to. The garden's like semi-small, but that's better because.
I'm not gonna.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not the kind of person. I don't think you are to be
Exactly,
that
man.
fucking weekend almost long, man.
That's it.
It's
Like
long.
it's got like the podcast room is what like in my head I was like gassed, and I've got space for people to stay over.
Yeah. Calm.
The room's calm,
It's calm, mate. It's sick. It's
and
sick.
the area's like calm as well. Like
As I said, like B24 is like. I
Just chilling? No,
fucking damn. We've tried it before.
yeah,
With the fucking thing,
like the area's not even bad, man. Like it's not like going that shop opposite shuts at 9 every day,
That's not too bad. To be
Which
fair.
is
Yeah.
chilling.
Yeah.
and like it's a 15-minute walk into Wild Green.
Mm-hmm.
Like Tesco up there, Lidl down there.
Yeah.
Obviously, Erdington High Street, but I don't even know the way to Erdington High Street. now, I ain't gonna
It's
go.
nice with you. It's pretty shit.
Apart from when I go drinking with my lads. Yeah, Dixon's.
Just the Charlie Hall. Oh, mate, I can't believe you live so close. Now you know what.
Yeah, but it's mad.
You didn't live far away anyway. But this is like literally like mine is. You meet mine, have you?
Yeah.
Have you?
Have you moved? Nah, I haven't. Yeah, I have. Where do you live?
Round the corner.
Nah, I think so. I think I have been, yeah. I don't know. I get mixed up between yours and Reese's, man.
Basically, they're close. You know what I'm saying? What?
That's what, like, and the thing is as well, it's the first time I've lived on my own. So, like, obviously, my parents went away quite a bit, but now it's like I'm living on my own. It's a lot better to be like just having people around whenever. Do you know what I mean? But that's like, it's just I've got bare shit to do, man. That's the only problem. But leave that, mate. Leave that, mate. I'll get that hoovered. Don't worry about it.
Pocket. No, but if you need a hand,
yeah, right, that, bro.
mate. Not even me. Harriet and Mum, right? Get stuck in. Like Harriet's mum.
Yeah.
Harriet's mum was hilarious, bro. Like, no, it's not taking a piss off herself, but she makes me laugh. Because, like, you know, there's been times where we've been at home in the flat and something's gone wrong with our flat. I don't know, I can't give examples now. And Harriet rang your mum.
I know exactly the one you're on about.
What's that again?
Do you not have a toilet problem?
We've had better problems, man.
Aye.
We had termites at one point.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucked. Like, it's blessed, right? Because our flat we rent off the company my mum works for. Only a small company. So if we have an issue, like, mum's like, oh, I can't. She's not heard that. She's like, fucking alright, sound. She's like, alright, get this and weird. So we had like the termites. Like, I opened the cupboard one day and Harriet goes, what's that dust there? I was like, yeah, there's a bit of dust in here. And I looked.
She was moving.
Yeah. And I was like, nah. Termites like everywhere. And I was like, what the fuck? Okay, because basically it's a big old house converted to flats. Where they put like the fake ceiling in. Well, not the fake ceiling, but you know what I mean, the low ceiling.
Yeah.
They didn't board it up properly, so our whole kitchen got fucked.
Oh,
But we had a whole new kitchen put in.
Oh, fine.
Basically, yeah. But what's about Harry's mum is we've had an issue before, like nothing major, like stuff like, you know, like if I don't know, like the curtain around falls down.
Yeah.
Which has actually fallen down at the moment, to be fair. But within like an hour, Harry's mum just walks in with like a drill, like a tool. Go, right, what is it? And she'll fucking fix it, bro.
Yeah,
and Harry's
I
the same with
need
it.
that, man. That's the thing. Like, I feel like a bitch, man. Like, I can't do anything.
Oh, same. I'm the same, man.
I can't do any handiwork, man. Like, I'm just sort of like, I wouldn't know where to start, man. Certain things.
Get a man in.
I genuinely, I need a number for someone to be like,
A tradesman.
well, I can sort it out.
A general tradesman.
Yeah. It's one.
Checkatrade.com.
Got it in itself, go. Socko! It's where the trade go.
That's a banger. That is.
Fucking true, man.
So
Very
cool.
short banger, but a banger.
So
But who asked that question about the electric car?
Aidan Muller.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
Carry on through the
question.
Carry on through the questions. Yeah, sorry, we're back now. We've had our break.
Right.
Thank you, Aidan. Good question. I like that.
Right, this one. See, this one. You don't have to answer it if you don't want to.
So we've got to answer then, basically.
I don't know. Well, either of you. This is why does, and I want to know about this because I've always been intrigued. Why does Stardog, is that how you say it? Stardog. Stardog have such a bad name within the Smokers Union? Do you know about Stardog? Is that how you say it?
No, just Stardog.
Stardog.
I think.
I've heard.
Is it bad weed, man?
I've heard. No. Oh, is it a?
It's a
strain of budget.
It's a strain of
What do you think it was? I genuinely
Benjamin Netanyahu.
thought it was a rapper.
Oh, yes, Stardog. I love his first album. You
a
know.
poet.
Stardog.
Is he the president of Israel?
Stardog the PM. I don't think
Is it back of the bus cheddar?
it's
Is what I'm
it's
asking.
comparable.
Yeah.
I think. Do you know what it was?
This is more his question.
I think a couple of years ago. Yeah, to be fair, I'll be surprised he was like, "It was Stardog." It's a bit knowledge, but you know,
Is it cheap shit?
it's. So I think that's the perception of it. You know, like
Skunk.
Ched, you know, like
Skunk.
Ched's- Well, I mean, it's all skunk to be fair. I suppose.
Or is it
Who was that?
Shiv?
Yeah. Should have guessed. I should have guessed.
So
I
yeah,
feel like, ironically, I'm sure
he loves.
he's the guy who'd be like, does he?
I don't know.
No, I'm sure he'd be the guy going, oh, Stardog.
Is it
I
rough?
might be wrong. I don't think Stardog itself is that bad, but I think basically what it was, a couple of years ago, about 2 or 3 years ago, it was like a fucking infestation. It was like a pandemic of fucking Stardog. So, like, it was literally like it came out of nowhere, and I've never heard it. At this point, I hadn't heard of it, and then within a months, it was just everywhere. And I think because everyone called their bud Stardog, there's a lot of shit bud that got called Stardog.
Yeah.
And
So
I
now
think-
it's like known for just shit buddy Stardog.
Yeah, it's got to the point now where the name's been just dragged from the mud, and it's like, you know, like
the creator of Stardog.
he's going, fuck's sake, man, fuck. No, he's probably laughing. He's probably no payoff. You know, to be fair.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, you know when someone goes, I got some cheese, bro. I got some cheese.
Yeah.
You got fuck it out, mate. I think that's how it is now.
Oh shit. Okay. Yeah.
But
yeah.
in the grand scheme of things, I think in real life, I don't think he's that.
It's better than nothing. Do you know
Well,
what
I mean, yes, but
yeah.
you know what I mean. If you just want to smoke, bud.
We're not.
you know.
We're not in California. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
we can't be-
We're
we
not,
can't be that
endorsing
picky.
drugs in any way.
Yeah,
drugs
yeah,
are bad.
yeah.
Drugs are bad.
Yeah,
obviously.
and say
drugs
no
are very
to-
bad, but shout me if you need it.
Say no to drugs. But yeah, Star Dog. So that's literally.
There you go.
It's not the one, but
It's not ideal, but if you're off a Starlog, have a look. It's not that bad, but
you're
it's
not
not
Wiz
going to kill you.
Khalifa.
You know.
But
Just settle.
if you're a rap artist, it's a brilliant name.
Yes, it's good.
Go for it.
Star Dog.
Dog.
Star Dog.
Star Dog.
Right. So that one's done. So this one I've got. This was actually quite a good one. I think we've touched on it before on the Joe Vlogs podcast. But it says, why do so many people moan about how bad social media platforms are, but continue to use them?
Addiction.
Is it an addiction, or are people moaning for the sake of moaning?
Probably both, in all fairness.
Yeah, I wouldn't say they're moaning for the sake of moaning, because you can get like fucking hilarious, funny things on there, and to be honest, I go on Twitter most of the time and I look at my feed and I get annoyed about what most people say, and you think that's probably a bad thing, like why would you do it?
Yeah.
But then you do go on there and there's a lot of things that you find out and you think are good as well. Like, it's just people. Yeah, it's good. That's a fucking brilliant question.
Respect that. That
Very
was
good question.
Doran. Respect.
Doran, I don't know.
Doran, I don't know. But fair, good question.
Doran, that was a brilliant question.
I think it's an addiction, and I don't think it's necessarily social media itself. I mean, probably is, to be fair, but I mean, I think some of it is like it's a habit of sense that, you know, if you just sat there, you go, oh fuck it, I ain't do nothing. Get my phone out. You get your phone out. You're not gonna look at your fucking text waiting for it. You're not gonna go waiting for a text. Are you? Obviously, you look at social media because you can refresh it. Oh, so Joe's on this. Oh, James is doing this. You know, for instance.
But that's what I think that's what I think it is. See, I know a few people that I know have like quit sort of things like Twitter, and they don't use Twitter and stuff like that because they said that what they were doing is they were checking their phones constantly. I've never had that. Like at work, like I can quite happily leave my phone for like 10 hours and not look at it, and I'm not fussed about like needing to go on it in any way. But things with like Twitter and stuff.
Could you delete it? Could you go like a few weeks without it?
Well, no, I wouldn't want to though, because I don't feel that I need. I don't feel like I need to. Like, I wouldn't want to delete it because you get fucking hilarious things on there, and you get like, you know, brilliant memes.
Oh, your mayonnaise.
The mayonnaise. TikToks.
That's the thing. Like, if it's just like, you can as well, to a certain degree, filter what you want to look at. Like, if you are just following bare meme pages, and you block out shit like just, you can put blocks on words in it so that
you
they
can,
show.
but it's not that. It's the reason I don't like Twitter anymore, and I've spoke to, I won't actually say who because they may not want me to view this opinion, but I used to think like Twitter was just like, you just used to have fucking jokes on there, man, and you just see funny shit and stuff like that. And all it is now is like, it's all about anyone I follow. It's all about politics, social justice. No, but I'm not saying social justice warriors. I'm not saying social justice warriors because like I do think there is a part of that can be used on Twitter, but it just seems to have engulfed the whole thing. And you just go on, and all you see is just people. Same you go through your Instagram stories and click through them and see how many of them are about. You know, rather than it just being like just Instagram and
it
it's
kind
a
of
social
should be
thing.
like,
It's all about like some sort of like movement or something like that. Which I agree it can be used in a certain way, but it's just sort of lost.
I wouldn't say it's gained another sort of purpose in a way. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But
I
know what you're saying.
It's become bigger than.
Think what Instagram was like in like 2012.
Yeah.
I'll take a picture of this
Yeah,
in like some shit film and go, haha.
Yeah.
Hashtag San
honestly.
Miguel, and I get like 20 likes.
And then even if you went to like 2015 or 16, it was just people taking photos on their nights out or doing. That was probably the peak. Like
That's
just
what
people just putting up funny shit, or anything whatsoever. But in the past few years now, it's turned into another thing, which arguably for right, it's like being a sort of.
It's
movement.
positive. It's a positive.
But then
mindset
you can
behind
have
it.
the conversation that is it like people putting up stuff on their Instagram stories? Who really goes through Instagram stories that much?
Whenever
You
I
skip through. I skip through most of mine, and I'm sure
Oh, yeah.
most other people do. You're not really doing
It's
it.
only for someone I'm close to.
Whenever
Yeah,
I think
exactly.
Ironically, I only really watch people's. I only pay attention to people's stuff if it's someone that I know. It's the
Yeah,
same
same.
person anyway.
Same.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
If you have that little green ring round it, especially, you go. "Oh,
Yeah, the
right,
close friends.
Close
Yeah, of
friends.
course.
But then even if it's someone I know.
Whenever I think like I'm like if I'm like I take a photo of like this like that seat there, and I'm like, oh no, I can't put that on Instagram. Like I'll put it on Instagram, like just so that I'm in like I'm never like, oh no, I can't put that on.
You do use
So I'll
social
just
media
put
different to a lot of people.
I'll just put anything on.
And I don't mean, that's not a bad thing.
Yeah,
I'm not saying
yeah,
it in a
yeah.
bad way, but I rate it. Because
Yeah.
you clearly like sometimes I look at your tweets
It's
and go, what the fuck should I write, man? But I rate that though, Joey. Like I rate that. Do you know what I mean? I'm not-
You did one last night because I was on call last night, so I was just sat up for quite a while.
Something
And then
in my
I
head
saw
knows
on
that's going
Twitter
on
that I saw your tweets from like 11 o'clock at night last night.
Yeah.
And what did you put? You put something like. I honestly no,
I don't
I
know.
can't even remember. But it
I'll
was something.
see
It was
the-
something that was just like so inane, and I was just
Yeah.
like, you've just chosen to tweet that.
You made me laugh the other week when you put, I'm in the house myself, there's bills in the house, no mature.
Yeah.
That's a bit unfair. But I get it though.
Right.
That's you're not wrong.
Right, sometimes I'll sit with Eve and I'll be like, what do you want me to tweet? And she'll say some weird thing and I'll just, like, I don't know, because in my head I know that's going on with social media now. You know, like how people are like trying to be, not something they're not, but like they're sort of like, oh, I
Trying to
can't
get
put
persona,
that.
there's a
So I'm
persona.
thinking, if I just do, like, if I think of something, tweet it, and if I take a photo, Instagram it,
Yeah.
I'm never going to be
Well,
like,
you
oh,
see,
that's not good enough.
But
If
I rate that
just
though,
on
that's
things,
I think that that's a good way. I do the same thing with Instagram. I don't tweet really, but I use Instagram and the fact that I just upload stuff that I think this
Yeah.
is funny, and I don't
Yeah.
give a fuck if it gets 1 like or 20 likes. I honestly
Yeah.
don't care, but I think it's funny. It's
Mm.
why I upload so much like Alan Partridge or stuff like that.
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
upload clips of like stuff that I fucking crease at, and I just
It's true.
go, I find this funny.
That's the best way to be.
Have a look at it.
If you do start being like, ooh,
I don't think
I should insta that one.
Yeah.
I've
You-
done
you
them,
start
I've
being
done
like-
that, and I'm not
Yeah.
I'm not
then-
happy about that. I don't, I'm not.
No,
gonna,
often that's what I'm saying.
I'm not saying I think I'm too fucking like cool to do that
Everyone's
at all. Do you know what I mean?
Nah,
But
yeah.
There's been times I've gone, oh no, I shouldn't. Oh no.
Yeah, bro.
But that's bad. That's big. It's bad. But that's what I'm saying, right? Like
Yeah,
you just
yeah.
like
No,
fucking, you
that-
get just like just shit. That's what I mean.
bro,
Do you know what I
I'll
mean?
put them right
So
now, bro. Just my fucking foot. But like that's like I know that people are sort of like, ooh, and that's when it becomes a problem. I think when you are sort of like, it's not an addiction, but more like social media when you be like, it's getting negative, because you're treating it like it's something else.
Yeah,
Whereas
yeah.
if it is just fucking,
But
who
then
gives a
it-
fuck? It's
But
nothing.
if people think that, then fair enough. Then they should probably quit it.
Yeah.
If they and if they do,
I find
It
it,
is what
I find it
fascinating.
interesting because do you remember, I don't remember. I think maybe it depends if your phone updated itself or the app updated itself. But I think about a year ago, Instagram took off you couldn't see anything like your posts.
Yeah, it was a couple of years ago that.
Really?
Yeah,
You
so
couldn't see-
it's
Yourself,
not even like this.
your own.
Oh no! Oh, sorry. I thought you were
No.
about that. You couldn't see what other people,
Yeah,
what
you
other people
can't,
liked.
So they can all see your own. But like if I scroll, say like I don't know, like 4,000
yeah,
people.
yeah,
I'm just
yeah.
saying as a
Can you not
figure.
anymore now?
No, well, this is what I'm saying. So you couldn't, they changed it. So it said, it'd say like Joe Grafton and 40 other people like this post, just for an example. That was the old, that's how it always was.
Right.
But then it changed, yeah, it just, it always be your name, not your name, but it always be your name first.
Yeah,
innit?
yeah.
And then it changed, so it just said Joe Grafton and hundreds of other people like this,
Yeah,
and others like this.
Yeah,
And that was for like a year or two. But I think it was literally today, I think it was, or yesterday, it popped up on Instagram saying, do you want to see who's liked? And I had the option to choose.
Oh shit.
But I spoke to Lee, I think, Hold Tight Lee, and he said he goes, oh, I can still see. This is what while ago. He goes, I can still see. Cause I just think because his phone didn't update, for instance.
Oh shit.
But yeah, mine must have done it by itself.
To be fair, that's
I haven't updated for a while because I don't think mine's got that.
No, I had it about a year ago.
I've never been. I don't go on
it.
that sort of page. You know why? Because I remember looking at that. Is it a For You page? Is that what it's called? Is that just TikTok? Explore page. Yeah. Bro, someone put fucking. You know what tyrophobia is?
No.
It's the fear of something.
The holes.
Yeah.
Trypophobia.
Yeah. Is it trypophobia?
Think a trypophobia.
Yeah, bro. Someone put on Explore this dirty image. And that like freaked me out for like a day, and I was like, "Well, fuck! I'm never going on that Explore page
What is
just
it?
in
Fear
case."
of what?
Like
Loads of little holes together.
Right.
Google it, bro.
Here's a weird one.
No, but I can't look at it. I want you to Google
Really?
it.
If you don't,
Bro, it's fucked.
it is horrible.
Can you type it in and I will click enter?
There's
I don't even want to.
Okay.
I don't know if you remember this.
Get off it though. Go on images and then get off
I don't know
it.
if you remember this. This might sound bare weird if you don't get it.
Look at your face.
Just fear.
It is weird.
So like fear of sort of like cocoon-like looking things.
Are you looking at it now?
Yeah.
It looks like a crumpet. Oh, in a way, that one looks like.
Yeah, like,
you're not thinking that-
it's exactly what you described. Fear of little holes.
Yeah, it's disgusting though.
But
isn't
just in like different formations.
it? Yeah. It is rough.
Again, no, okay, but okay, yeah, it's gone. Don't worry.
It's triggered the fuck out of me.
Yeah,
It's weird, man. It is weird.
I don't know why. I was like, when I saw it first, I was like,
I've got to say this right because I hope someone gets it. I know there's only one other person.
I've got one to follow this if it's not the same one, but let's carry
I
on.
hope it is. Really hope it is. Years ago, I'm talking MSN days. There was like I think it was like an email or a message that got sent round, and it was. I remember it said this gonna sound fucking weird, right? But it said, ladies, always wash your bras before you wear them. Is it the same thing?
No,
No.
no,
And then I remember, I was like, what? And I looked at his picture, and it was as I found out since it's photoshopped. But it was essentially, it was a picture of like a female, like a woman's like tit, and it was like photoshopped, and the whole areola around the nipple had like loads of those holes, and I was like, oh no, that's horrible. And I'm only asking that because I actually spoke with this about 2 months ago, and Harry's cousin was like, I remember that, I had that same thing. I always thought I fucking made up in a way.
she had it?
No, she didn't have it. She didn't have it. Fucking hell, it's Photoshop, man. No. She had the same message, didn't it? She remember seeing the message, what I'm saying. So, that's what I thought I'd ask.
She has it.
She didn't have it in the fucking book.
Thank
Sort
God,
of thing,
man.
yeah. So thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be fucking.
But yeah, that was so that was kind of pointless because you don't.
Bastards, man, that do that. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, that is just a rough. Like, you no one likes that, and so that every sort of image like that should just be removed from the internet, man.
So I get what you're saying.
So I've had to Google. I've got a terrible fear of heights.
Right. Okay.
And one of the weirdest sensations I've got, like, have you ever watched those like YouTube videos where like some guy has decided to climb like Canary Wharf or something, or stands on the edge of a girder?
Escape or something.
Yeah, stands on the edge of the girder.
This guy called
Like,
Ali Law is good for that. Well, not for,
the
if
weirdest
you
thing
like
that I did Google to make sure that I was just not a freak and this is a thing. But if I watch like a video of someone like on like a, let's say like a ledge or something like that, I get a weird sensation in my feet, and it starts sort of like really sort of like pulsating, and it sort of tingles quite a bit, and it's a slight unpleasant feeling. Yeah, and I've always had it, and I always thought it must be something to do. And I googled it, and apparently it's a real thing that like people get like this weird.
Isn't that vertigo?
No, that's like vertigo in your head where like you sort of
I lose your balance.
But literally, like, it makes my feet just sort of just really feel weird.
Like, is it nicer in a way?
No, it's not. No, it's quite.
Just looking positive.
It's quite unpleasant. It's like feeling a bit
sick.
Do you know what? It's a weird thing. I would say it's like feeling sick. This is going to sound stupid. It's like feeling sick, but in your feet, almost like you just feel your feet go a bit weird and just uncomfortable, and you just feel like a bit unpleasant, and you just want to stop watching it.
Fuck that.
Okay, okay.
But I asked people about this before, and I was like, has anyone else got this? And people were like, no. I was like, it must be a real thing. It can't be the first medical case. And I googled it and checked, and other people apparently experience it.
One thing I've kind of realised is, what's schizophobia is, I think there's a phobia for everything. There's a phobia, a recognised phobia that's like, I'm not even trying to like be funny or anything, but it's literally a recognised phobia that at any, I don't know what it's called, but at any point there's a duck watching you. I'm not. I swear, I'm not saying a piece. Unless I fell to a fucking mean joke or something.
What,
There's-
like any like
People will
see that?
people will sit there and be like, "There's a duck watching me."
But
I'm not saying a piece. If anyone's watching and you suffer, I'm not saying a piece.
Are
Are
the ducks present, or do they just think that at any point a duck could be watching them?
Bro,
I'm imagining that.
antidophobia.
What's that?
Antidophobia. It says the fear that somewhere, somehow, a duck is watching you.
Imagine it.
The definition was accompanied by a comic illustration depicting a man alone in his office while a duck watches him from across the street. I could see why it'd be.
I shouldn't laugh because if it's a phobia, it's a phobia.
No.
I also remember as well. Do you watch Maury?
Yeah, like,
Yeah, it's like Jerry.
yeah.
There's a woman on there who's scared of balloons, right? And it was fucked. It was actually fucked. I'm laughing because it was pretty funny. It was fucked.
Balloons is quite rational. Like,
I get it.
Quite
'Cause
rational.
the sensation
They
is
put balloons
weird.
in
And the popping
Shit.
sound.
I don't think it was popping. And that probably was a part
They
of it.
put
but-
balloons on it, though, innit?
Yeah. It was fucked. Right? It's on this like it's basically like Jerry Springer in a way. Maury, something like it.
Baby mama drama, but this isn't Maury. That's Kate
Jeez. But basically, they had this one on stage, and it was like, "Oh, so you're really scared of balloons?" She goes, "Yeah, I'm terrified." He goes, "Well, we've got 4,000 balloons, and they get fucking bare
they're
balloons."
here tonight.
And well, she's here tonight.
Oh, yeah.
She's there like fucking
People
freaking
have
out.
weird
That's
phobias.
fucking
I won't say who it is, but I know someone who's got a.
Gotta say.
Because I don't
Nah,
feel it's fair to.
Fuck
It's fair.
it. Nah, yeah, no.
No, but someone you know them as well. That,
We'll cut it out now,
Has,
won't
no, yeah,
No,
has a fear of the sight of balloons flying away,
Oh,
and
yeah,
genuinely
I know.
cannot look
No?
at that
Well,
sight
I-
of a balloon.
I kinda
going
get
away.
that.
I know, but it's just weird. Like,
I don't
it's
know how
just
they
stuff,
get it,
weird
because
stuff
it
like
is
that
kind of
that
like-
can really affect you.
That's more
Yeah.
like that's emotional. That is, isn't it? That's more like.
What? Do
I
you know
can
what?
see why, but like it
But
doesn't seem like
I would have thought maybe like if it was a
straight
phobia
fear.
around balloons, like the
Yeah,
popping
yeah.
would be the
Yeah,
thing that would
yeah, that's what
really
I'm
like
saying,
Funny you
be.
mentioning phobias because when you mentioned over some family for the first time since like pre-COVID the other day. I'm chatting to my granddad, and he said to me, he goes like, you know, when babies are born, well, when humans are born, there's only 2 phobias that they have from birth naturally. The only 2 that everyone has initially is falling
Yeah.
and noise.
Falling from obviously being a primate is
I
it's a
presume so, yeah.
it's,
Well,
a
it's just-
it's a natural instinct from being a primate that if as primates
Right.
when we used to be in
Falling from
trees,
trees,
like
yeah.
falling
You
from
show-
trees, you would have that reaction to go "Ugh," like that
If
and
you
grow.
show, if a baby comes out of vagina, bro, and you show them that trypophobia, I guarantee they'll shit. Bro.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
100%.
But that's what I was saying. He goes,
I guess that's the
those
phobia.
2 fears, like
It
noise
is an
and
irrational
falling.
fear. That's why I don't get it.
But apparently everything else is learned. So every phobia, like I'm scared of. I don't like spiders.
Spiders, I don't like.
I don't like spiders.
Bro.
Little spiders. I don't want to touch them. Like one of them across there, I wouldn't
Bro.
want to touch it, but I can deal with it. If I saw a tarantula, if a tarantula appeared there, I would leave the house.
Serious.
I'd run at the
Bro,
house.
the
I
other
can't-
night,
you can't.
no gas. I woke up and a spider was on my chest. I was lying in bed. I woke up and I could feel like something over me.
Larry, man, that's
And it's,
disgusting.
you know when you feel something over you and you put the light on, it's never a spider.
Yeah,
You always just feel like it's on you. So I
Oh,
kind of
man,
in my
that's
head,
rough.
I don't think I was like thinking it was gonna be. So I turned the light on, and there was a spider on my chest, just slowly crawling up.
Big one, or
Like not like a spider version, like at the same size as the daddy long legs, but a spider, so quite big.
That's vile, mate.
And
That's vile.
it was on me, bro. And I just like I see, this is the thing. Spiders, I'm okay with. I was like, I threw it off my bed and then went back to sleep, which I didn't even like. I looked
did
where
you
it
do it
went.
calmly though? Or
Calmly,
did you
bare
really?
calmly. Yeah. But the thing is, if I saw a mouse run like through that, like now, but I book a hotel, like 100%. It's mad, isn't it? Like how some
Yeah,
people
yeah,
are.
yeah,
afraid
yeah.
of
What about like the ocean?
Don't
What do you
mind
think
the
about
ocean.
really?
When you deep it, no pun intended, it's actually fucked.
the-
We've like what Jay was intended as well. Hey.
Yeah. Hey.
Please had a rim shot.
I'm scared of
please.
dogs, bro.
Yeah, I know you are. But
And
you've learned that
You
from somewhere.
literally tweeted the other day, I need a dog.
Yeah, but I want a small dog, man, like a tiny.
Do you know what? I was going to bring
You're
you
not scared of
dogs.
dogs, you're scared of big dogs.
You
Big dogs.
should.
But
man, because
I thought I don't want it because it's your gaff in it. They would just bring.
Oh, bro, 100%. But that's the thing. When Lily was small, though, I remember like I was like, nah, no one can be scared of her. Whereas now it's like, I think I would be scared.
She's more calm and docile than she was when she
But
was
I know
younger.
you as well, so I know you wouldn't.
Yeah, I wouldn't bring her around if I thought she'd
Yeah.
fucking
So I
bite.
need to think that in my head, but
Yeah.
I'd also be like, well, if she wanted to fuck me up, she could. And
But that's the thing.
like, she randomly just thought.
You've
fuck
learned that from somewhere.
Mm.
You
I've never
wouldn't know
really
it.
been- I don't. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I haven't been bitten like as a child and been like fuck dogs, and it is just big dogs as well. Like, I don't think it's an irrational fear because
It's not. No, not at all.
like
No, it's
tiny
not,
dogs.
because
Like,
they
dogs
can't-
are-
they-
it's
it's
not
not an
irrational,
irrational
do you know what I
fear.
mean?
Well,
Just big dogs. I'm like, oh.
well, no, it's an irrational fear of the fact that you're scared of all dogs. That's why it's a phobia.
Yeah, no, I'm
But-
not scared of all. I say that, but I'm not scared of all dogs at all. Like,
Yeah, if a fucking like little, I don't know,
like even
I don't know, if a little like spaniel came in, you'd be like, oh, that's cool. Do you know what I mean? Cool.
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah.
that's just a nice
Like
dog.
King
Isn't
Charles
Yeah,
Spaniel
that's-
started licking his hand and he was going like,
it?
That's it. Like, I'm cool with that, and I want one. I want to get one, man. Like for this
Yeah,
house as
man,
well.
why not? Innit? Yeah. Are you working from home?
Yeah.
What's the fucking do, man? Why not?
Nah, I think
The only issue is they've got really
how much
expensive.
tea is it? Yeah. No, but how much it like to buy the dog and to like upkeep as well?
yeah,
Mate.
so it's about $4,000 to
Yeah,
buy
yeah.
like a pedigree now.
I don't
if
think
you
I
want,
could
if you
afford
want a decent like because of COVID and shit like that. I think because of I don't know
It's
the
like-
reason actually. I assume it's because of COVID.
Lily, my dog, is a Staffy Cross. So they are. I don't want to say it because I feel like I'm terrible dish with dog, but they're kind of like bottom of the barrel kind of stuff. Fucking disgusting. No, but they're like, you know, people pay a lot of money for like I don't know, like certain breeds, but a Staffy Cross is just a Staffy Cross. That's like quite like back to basics, just a cheat. Yeah,
Is that
yeah, essentially.
Is that
Yeah.
pissing so?
Well, no,
Yeah,
nah,
yeah,
but
you fucking outlaw
But essentially, yeah, but get
Yeah.
the fuck out of us. No, but he's kind of that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But so Harriet bought me Lily 4.5 years ago, and she cost I think £250. Yeah, that's not a lot at all.
Cheap.
Exactly. So Harriet's mum's dog passed away last year. She had a Staffy, and well, not myself, Harriet and her sister and her dad bought mum another Staffy Cross, £650. Which, to put it in perspective, a year before we got Lily, Harriet's cousin bought a blue staff, which is like expensive staff, if that makes sense, because the colour, the nice and stuff. And she was Casey registered, and she was like legit sort of thing.
Yeah.
And she was 650, I think. And now now COVID hit, and then everyone's buying dogs.
Oh, shit.
Now like a normal dog is now that like
That's crazy.
you know Lee.
Yeah.
He's buying a beagle. Always
Yeah.
going to. Sorry for not giving the game away.
Big up. That's sick.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, yeah.
Beagle's a joke, Tony.
Nice dog. Nice dogs.
Yeah.
£2,000.
Yeah.
I'm sure they were like about.
Is he getting big?
the-
I swear he hates dogs, bro.
Well, yeah, he did. He told me right.
He's petrified
Well,
of
he
dogs.
was, but
Who's this?
Delete.
Delete Bogle. Yeah, he went to school on it. He worked for Tesco as a delivery driver.
Yeah.
So I think he's just kind of got.
Swear
And he's also
down.
met Lily a few times, so I think that's kind of got
sick.
forced him into
That's
it.
sick. Fuck.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like £2,000 he's paying, I think it is. So I was like, just completely blast out all your information.
Yeah, that's a bit
What?
invasive. Fucking.
Maybe
You won't
cooking,
mind.
you
You
know.
won't mind, man.
Nah, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. The dog. What I'm saying, the dog knows £2,000. A year or two ago, it would have been £1,000.
That's
Or just over,
how
sort of
much
thing.
is like say like a fire Labrador, like the
That's
best? of
it'll
best?
probably be about $4 or $5,000 now, I reckon.
Nah,
No, pedigree.
Pedigree.
They have fired up during COVID.
Seriously,
because
it's that bad?
honestly,
I didn't know those expensive.
I work with like a nurse who like she
That's
loves dogs
insane,
and
man.
she sort of buys them and you know she's regularly bought dogs and not always has several. She's always showing me like ones she's looking at and stuff like that. And since COVID came in, like the pedigree brand, so ones that you'd let's say like you'd normally pay about £850 to £1,000 for a pedigree, which is a reasonable price like for a pedigree dog. That's gone up to several thousands.
It's
of
the same
pounds
as a lot of things, you know, like
which is why they're all getting stolen now. Which is
Oh,
why.
that's it.
Which is
Are
why.
you worried about that a little bit? Like,
I
'cause-
worry. Like, there's been times
They're
where
moving mad,
it's a
aren't they?
shame because I've been in the park by my rookie park, and I've been there. Like, that's our park. I go there pretty much every day of my life. Well, not every life, my whole life, but since I moved into that flat, I go there pretty much every day of my life with the dog and taking it for a walk. And I've never felt uncomfortable. But since I've found out all this, I'm like, there have been times I've walked in the park and there's been like two guys behind me, and I've shut myself, I put it on me, what I was wearing it. And I've said to Harry as well. I did say this in the past, and Harry would think the same way, to be fair. But I would never say to Harry, you can't go. I would never tell Harry what to do. But I said to Harry, I was like, I don't really want him to be in Sutton Park with the dog by yourself. Because
Have you got one of those anti-cut chains that they've got?
no, I think those things. To be
What's
fair,
that?
Yeah, well, because
But
one of the
if
tactics
honest-
they use is they'll I know in Sutton Park it's happened a couple of times. Is people drive past a moped,
Mopeds. Mopeds on TikTok.
Yeah, they'll go past on mopeds,
Mopeds.
and they'll what they'll do, and they'll quickly slash the chain, or what, you know, like one of those shitty
the lead
dog
places.
leads,
Yeah.
and then cut it, and then grab the dog. So you can get these like anti-cut ones.
That's
now that
mad,
like they
man.
sort of got metal in them. They're sort of like almost like a bike lock almost, that means you can't cut through it.
But it's sad that you got to go to that then.
Well,
And
yeah,
it's-
I know.
It's,
I know,
it's,
but-
it's
well,
nice that you can prevent.
I know,
it
but I
anyway,
mean,
like.
yeah, it is sad, but I mean, you have to now.
Yeah, it's the world we
because
live in.
That's what people are prepared to do.
Yeah.
Do they do it for like ransom, or do they just sell them on?
No, not right.
No,
they'll sell them on.
They'll sell them on, or the other.
It is actually fucked, man.
What worries me more, the
Fuck
other
dog.
kind of thing they do is, obviously, dog fighting's a thing, and people like, especially staffies, they just because staffies are always cheap, innit? You can just go get staffy for 100 quid, 200 quid, and they buy a staffy for 100 quid and use it for fighting. Because if they get killed, they don't care. And that's what scares me in particular, because if Lily because you couldn't sell Lily for loads because she's got no papers. She's not a pure breed. She's not, she's just a little staffy. She can use like a bait dog.
Oh,
That's the fuck thing. If she got robbed, she'd have the worst fate of the lot
yeah.
because of what she's.
But-
Do you know what I mean?
You think people like that?
I'm not saying anyone would have a worse fate.
Dog lovers, isn't it? Like
That's
not like if they go into that thing, you think like I don't know. In my head, I'm like, oh, they're
What if you? I don't think you're a dog lover if you go to some.
no, I know, but I just feel like you'd have something like to. I don't know. Like
Some
I'm
more
scared of
past
dogs.
interest in dogs.
I couldn't even imagine doing that. Like
No,
I'm not saying
you
anyway,
have
but
to,
I mean like
I think arguably you have a retracted view on like animals and stuff like that. Like you just don't view them in any way if you're prepared to
yeah,
put
it's
them
pretty
into
fucked
fight.
up though, ain't it? Like that's like a one level below.
That's a horrible.
fucking
Yeah,
killing someone.
I think this is quite a bit of a deep thing to say, but I think people who like abusing animals and stuff is like that's like one step behind like things like paedophilia and stuff, and it like. And I'm sorry, I know that's quite a bit of a controversial thing to say, maybe, but
No, it's not.
because it's similar, it's on the same avenue.
Yeah, you're not saying that one person-
They normally said like people that like
Yeah.
end up like becoming like serial killers might be a
You're fucked up,
far,
if
but
you
like
do
yeah,
that,
but
do you
start
know
doing
what I
like
mean?
really
Psychotic
like
If you're gonna do
psychotic
that,
stuff,
what else
it
you gonna
starts
do,
with
bro?
like abusing animals because you've got this sort of control and
Yeah.
you sort of like
Yeah,
abuse
that's-
these animals.
It's,
that are
it's the element of their defence.
Bro,
Yeah,
is it the
yeah.
serial killers, man? I don't know why I've been getting into serial killers recently and looking at their like everything about them, man, like the biographies, and they're all when they're like teenagers, man, they just all fucking wank and kill animals, and then they end up just
What a life.
absolute.
I'm
shit.
halfway there.
Bro, I was reading. Listen, do you think this is a bit messed up? Right, I was listening to this this podcast about a guy called Elliot Rodgers. Have you heard of him?
Yeah, I know. I watched the. Did you
Campus.
watch the documentary about him?
Nah.
It's on YouTube.
I need
The
to.
one that thought he was a
Yeah,
god
incel,
and sort of
yeah,
in the end
yeah.
he's called like the king
King of the
incel,
ins- yeah,
king of
yeah.
the incels. Yeah.
Bro,
I remember when he was on the news originally when he first did his shooting, and then I watched a documentary literally last week like about him.
I'll watch the document because I listened to this podcast. It was like an hour and a half long. So I was like, I know all I need to know now. But I downloaded because someone said, "Oh, this is online. If anyone wants to have a look." His manifesto. So like he wrote.
Yeah, because he wrote down
he wrote
everything
like
that
a-
he wanted
He
to.
wrote before he done it.
His little mind camp.
Like a basic, yeah. And I downloaded it, man. And I was reading some of it, and I was like, this seems a bit fucked. That I'm even like, if I was on like the radar, someone would be like, why the fuck? Is that it? But I was reading it, and I was like, holy fuck, man! Like this guy is just. He was just writing stuff like. Went to the gym today and Sarah was there. She didn't look at me. She didn't pay.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit.
Whoa.
Bro, he was like,
he was
fucked,
really
man.
weird.
It's like,
yeah,
it's
so,
like,
like,
you
he
write a
was
film, like,
fucked. Like
it's so
seriously.
mad.
Have you read into the Columbine shooters?
Yeah, bro.
Have
yeah,
you ever seen the yearbook photo from that year or the year before?
the way they're doing that?
Mate, it's
Yeah,
fuck. Have you
yeah.
seen the Columbine? Obviously, the
I know.
school thing?
Yeah, the
seen-
Columbine shooting.
The year before or that year, in the yearbook, the whole school photo in the background, the two of them there going like all like that.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
fucked, man.
obviously
fucked.
And also, they're doing the media project, I think it was, and then basically made a video about it. Mate, it's fucked.
Bro, all of their like English projects were like, go away and write something you like, and they would come back with like, I wrote a fictional thing about a guy killing everyone in the school.
yeah.
The teacher.
I shouldn't laugh, to be fair. I'm not trying, you know. It's
like
fucked
he's
up,
a bit
man.
like, bro, but I was looking at something where they were like, they go on like they're bare like they were bullied their whole life, whereas apparently like the people that were in school with them were like Oh no, they were sound like.
No,
yeah,
well,
yeah.
No one gave a
it's
fuck
the thing
about
with it's the same thing with that Elliot Rodgers guy.
People probably didn't even notice him.
He
man,
was
like,
he used to write constantly about how he was ignored and how
Yeah,
girls didn't show any interest in him. But it was because he literally never interacted with anyone. He used to I think there were in that documentary I saw he used to go out to parties and stuff like that and he'd sit on his own and he expected like, well, why aren't girls coming up to me and speaking to me? He was like, I'm so brilliant. Why aren't they coming over to me and speaking to me? It's because they're wrong and stuff like that. And then I think there was a point in the documentary that he said that they were sat on like a rooftop on like one of those, you know, those American houses. You know what I mean, like, where they're all drinking from red cups.
Yeah,
man.
Well,
shotgun it, bro. Shotgun it.
Crunk.
And like he started trying to push the girls off the roof.
Yeah.
And then he got the
That's
shit
a red flag.
kicked out of him for doing it. And then.
But he's like, oh, what?
And then, but then then he thought that was yeah. He was like that.
He's fucked up.
Frat boys.
Have you ever watched his video?
Oh yeah, bro.
Yeah,
And he's
where he go, and he keeps on referring to. I am the I'm the most charming.
Yeah. It's just
sophisticated man, and you girls go out with these disgusting yarbs and.
Bro, but his parents as well were like not even. They were rich as fuck, man. They were like filmmakers, but they were like they weren't even fucked up.
Yeah, no,
so there's people
honestly, it's fucking scary. That documentary is quite scary because like you just go, like, Jesus, like that could be anyone that we know that sort of maybe seems a bit sort of
Not, if you had to name. Who would you say is nah?
No, I'm not gonna.
No.
We'll cut this one out.
But,
right, cut.
No,
we won't. We'll do it after.
It's
I could.
He's dark.
I could name a couple probably of people, not close friends or anything like that, but people that like you meet like over sort of through distant sort of.
It could be a school shooter, not a school shooter, but like a psychopath.
Yeah. Not like people that I know closely, but people that you sort of meet sort of maybe occasionally and sort of go like, yeah, you could be actually.
Can we get the next question?
Yeah. Next question.
Go on.
You go.
Right, so we've got here. Well, I'll read out a couple. There's one that says. Well, it wasn't even a question. It just said the clean air bill when you drive into Birmingham, and I know nothing about that. So, what is it? Is there any? It's a dead point.
It's that people driving
older cars
have to now pay. I think it's £8 a day if they want to drive through.
I won't say a lot about it, but the two things I'm going to say is long for me because both cars are too old to drive through. Whatever, I knew this when I bought them. Secondly, what I do think is a bit immoral. Is like if you pay £8 for a day, that goes from midnight to midnight. So if you go there at like whatever time it is now, and pay £8, it lasts till midnight.
Oh
yeah,
it should be 24 hours.
I have heard that as an argument. That is stupid.
And the third thing I'm going to say is they're fucked anyway because it doesn't start for 2 weeks. It started on the 1st, on Monday I think it was, or Tuesday, but. Because they fucked up basically.
It's caused havoc now then for 2 weeks, man.
I think it's a good thing. I think, and they have put in things for if people work there, they're exempt from it, or they have.
I suppose the way things are going.
Like no, I mean, yeah. Well, you need to start doing things like this, and it's always going to upset people, but it needs to be done.
This is sort of a similar thing.
Go on.
The smoking ban. In Oxford, on public streets.
Oh right,
on
they've banned smoking where then?
I'll find out, but it's sort of like
you can't.
Pubs, there'll be no smoking areas.
You can't just ban smoking, man. You can't.
So where do you smoke?
I don't think
you don't. That's what I'm saying.
That's a bit extreme.
What made me laugh, right? I read the article and it said the headline was like, and I'm not saying headline is Bill and Bill, obviously sensationalism, but the headline was like Oxford to ban smoking, and then the Oxford Council, or whatever it was like. Yeah, we're not trying to tell people to not smoke. And I was like, you're banning smoking.
Yeah.
So you are literally saying to people, you can't smoke.
Well,
So
yeah,
that's
that's quite a.
It
that's
says
ridiculous.
five councils have banned smoking on pavements outside pubs, cafes, and restaurants. Northumberland, Durham, North Tyneside, Newcastle, and Manchester have all banned smoking at venues where outside seating is available.
So they haven't banned smoke. What they're saying is that you can't smoke on pavements, but there will be I assume there'll be designated smoking areas.
Well, that's a different thing though, because Oxford have actually banned smoking and put on pathways. What
No, you just said on pavements.
Yeah, but that what are they? Because they could.
Oh no.
Because the five you mentioned them weren't Oxford.
Oxfordshire considering smoking ban for outdoor hospitality seating.
Oh, okay.
So it says encouraged to promote smoke-free environments.
I know, but there will. I assume for those things there will be a designated smoking area. It will just be like you have to go into the smoking shelter.
You can't ban
I
smoking.
don't think so. I don't think so. It's trying to. I think.
I got the impression what Joe was saying. You can't.
They won't. They won't. What?
You can't ban smoking, man.
No, it's like.
I know you can't. That's why no business would do it. There will be a smoking area in those pubs.
No.
But that's what.
They're not doing a smoking area at all.
They're saying you can't have a smoking area.
I think they're going to be like, you can't smoke anywhere here, and if you want to, go like
sling your hook.
Drive. Yeah, like don't be here if you're going to smoke. Not like go outside.
They're
surely
going to shoot themselves in the foot.
Only 12% of Oxfordshire's population smoke.
Okay. Still though,
but
people, in that case, why do they care so much in it? Because they're always fucking smoking.
People earning lower incomes.
It's not like it's a problem there, obviously. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. I don't know.
Why don't you just build a smoking shelter? And
they can all go there.
Yeah, you
sorted the fucking problem. I do think though, like smoking, in a way, it's mad that I know it's like the same old sort of like classic question of like, how's alcohol legal when fucking weed isn't? But smoking is pointless. But smoking is pointless.
To be honest, it is. Honestly, this might be our generation's like, because obviously we were too young to experience the smoking ban in pubs. So when like in 2008, I think it was
I think it was
2007.
It might be 6 to be fair.
When they said that you can't smoke in pubs anywhere anymore, people were outraged. And now we just see that as a norm now. And if you saw someone like lighting up a fag in a pub, you'd just be like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
Like you'd be
that's
horrified.
Really
you think they're absolutely mental.
You'll see
and then now this might be our like sort of level of
yeah.
You know, now you're not even allowed a smoking area.
I don't get these like so like I need to see an action
fucking
first.
Yeah.
I think that's too much though.
I mean, I would have thought you'd just have I can understand, yes, alright, okay, you're in an outdoor area somewhere in Oxford, you're not allowed to smoke at the table at least, but maybe you'd put up like a hut or somewhere in the beer garden that you'd have that you could have people smoke.
This where I was looking at the other day as well. You know Disney, they don't allow smoking in any of their films. Like like Disney or like Marvel and everything, so they don't have any smoking at all in their films.
Do you know Walt Disney is anti-Semitic?
Is it?
Yeah. You know, he was hugely
massive anti-Semitic.
And
you always called Yankee Frozen.
See,
is he
though?
Is he not? Is that guy?
Now I've read. I feel like that's like imagine like Walt Disney like waking up being like, "Sam."
They're going, "Oh, I thought the Jews like no, cut that." Don't. I was acting. I wasn't being myself.
Wake me up when they're all gone.
That's fine, bro. But like. Disney's not allowed, and Netflix as well. We're like, we're gonna cut smoking in all of our shows that aren't historically accurate. But I was like, that's gas, man. Like that is ridiculous because the new Cruella de Vil film about like Dalmatians and that. She was like.
She's smelling what? Remember those?
Yeah.
What were they like? The fag holders or
stick things.
Yeah. She was like, now that's not in the film because she can't have it. But like, I don't know, man. It seems a bit ridiculous.
I don't know.
Like, people get raped and killed on film.
Honestly, like I feel like we're turning into our like sort of like the oldest generation.
Do you reckon?
No, I genuinely do. No, I don't. But that's the whole thing. That's the whole idea.
Yeah.
The whole idea. Do you reckon?
Timing out.
Boys, you stopped me mid rant.
Oh yeah, sorry. Carry on. No, that's a good point. We'll stop. We'll bring it back.
In fact, we'll keep rolling for this bit.
We'll keep rolling.
So Joe, what have we been doing today?
Nothing, man. I haven't had work today, so I've got work tomorrow.
Not me.
Oh, you got work tomorrow?
I have, yeah. So got a bit of.
Rough, man.
Are you out on the weekend?
I booked Well, I don't think so because Mike and Ben are coming over tomorrow. I think anyway, and then me and Eve are gonna go for some Korean barbecue on Saturday.
Curry and barbecue.
No, Korean barbecue.
Korean barbecue. Sorry, Korean barbecue.
Yeah. So we're trying to find somewhere to go, man. Because there's a couple of places, but I want to find like a hidden gem. But I don't know. So we're going to do that on Saturday. So got a weekend plan, but I booked yesterday and today off work, man.
This is you're watching Joe Vlogs.
Joe Vlogs. It's been good so far though.
It has been. To be honest, like I would title this episode just talking shite.
Yeah, talking
Like
shite. We're back on it now.
talking shite for however long because we haven't really covered anything. We've just
That's it. Talking shite. That's the podcast, man. Talking shite.
talking shite.
Episode. Yeah, and also that's a good because I've done like episode 15. We've got too many episodes now. I'm just gonna. We
Just
need
have a
titles.
throw-out one. It's just this is just talking
Episode
shite. It's
talking
like you know what? The perfect one is a bridge gap between this was old Joe Vlogs. Now we're entering the new Joe Vlogs, and in the middle we've got just talking shite.
Yes, like
And
a
then-
special.
Yeah.
Joe
Just
Vlogs talking shite.
Welcome to the Just Talking Shite special.
Talking shite by Joe Vlogs. That is the new podcast. Talking shite.
Right, Joe's back. So
Yeah.
it's
Joe,
Joe's
you
back.
know, isn't it?
Right
Isn't
then.
that almost all the Joe Vlogs talking short?
Talking shite. Yeah. Well,
There's
how dare
not-
you,
there's
bro?
not- there's normally-
Meaningful short, but you know,
there's
short.
there's
Like,
normally more
Now we
structure, but I mean, we
serious.
really have just talked shite
Yeah.
tonight.
Yeah.
What's the next question, man?
No, I want
We've run out of questions, bro.
Oh, really?
What?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
said you had 10.
Well, I have got some, but I don't think they're that good. I'll go
Ask
through
him though,
them.
anyway. We'll
Ask
do
them.
it quickly.
Ask them,
yeah.
and then we can just go, oh, that's shite. And then we can mock whoever asked them.
Yeah,
Okay, we've got ones that said, biggest waste man in the world. Who's that? Who's the biggest waste man?
I don't like
Piers Morgan.
James Corden.
Oh, that's a fucking good
Fuck
shout.
that guy, man.
Do you reckon?
I'd actually probably change. I fucking hate
I
James.
feel like because people don't like him, I kind of want to stick up for him though, man. I feel bad.
Nah, fuck James Corden, man.
He's a cunt, man.
Yeah.
Who asked
I'll
that?
never be on this show now then, so
Sorry.
Oh, wow.
fuck me over.
Good for
You'll,
you.
you'll never make it.
Hey.
Who asked that?
Zach Farder.
Zach Pardo.
Yeah. Fair play,
What
Zach.
we got? This was Matt Tripp. He said, baked beans, are they sweet or savoury? See, I think
Someone
savoury.
made this tweet the other day.
I think
Did
it
he
was.
make it? Did he make it?
I think
Whoa,
so.
that's
I
long,
know
man.
they're savoury.
They are
They're
savoury,
savoury.
They are
but I
savoury.
suppose by definition
The sauce.
they are
Ketchup
tomato and
Ketchup is sweet, isn't it?
yeah.
it
But
is,
they
but
don't
I
have
think
ketchup though, are they?
Arguably,
Really.
people would put a lot of people put salt on baked beans, but you wouldn't put salt
Do they?
on. I know people
Do
do.
they?
I do.
I know a go.
I'm
actually.
Scottish. You should. You're Scottish.
What? I don't know now. I put salt on a lot of stuff, but
I know a girl, right? Leanne Martin, if you're watching. I was with her before. She goes, as a snack, she went to the shop. She bought baby tomatoes. Is it cherry tomatoes?
oh yeah,
Cut them,
unreal. And just
Cut
made
'em.
them.
No, cut them and put salt on them and ate them.
Yeah, that's
And I
fine.
was like, raw.
I can
No, don't get me wrong, they were nice.
Yeah,
But I was like, what the fuck?
that is a bit crazy to do something in front of someone.
Yeah,
But
just,
like,
just
I
a weird,
do.
weird eating habit. I'm going to say someone. I'm not going to say their name, but you know who you are. Is a. They said, oh, over a mic. They went, guess what I'm eating? Oh, I've got no idea. Guess, and we went through all the things. I went, I'm eating an OXO cube.
I know who this is.
Yeah.
I know who exactly this
Yeah.
is. I'm not going to say it,
Bro,
but I
man,
really want to say it.
You're
If
free.
you know
You're
want to
free.
say it, but I'm not
But
going to.
you know who you
Fuck.
are.
Give it that Sam ago.
Yes.
Thank
What do you mean they're yours?
I don't want to grab you back and like, start rolling me
Go
back.
on, right. Let's
Right.
finish through them.
Yeah, so we've got about a couple left. So
About a couple left, you know.
then the last two really. There's two left. That's about 10, bro. We've gone through a few. So there's two left. One says, define the difference between a nap and a sleep.
Easy, a nap is like something you have just for a couple of hours, just in the day.
A couple hours though, bro. That's a long nap.
No,
Well,
I don't
okay.
like- I don't nap.
A sleep is like something you do like.
And you're
a
not
sleep is what you do at the end of the day at like 11 o'clock in the
Yeah,
morning.
but you
Yeah.
could
sleep
have,
is when you've done everything.
So
you
if
need
you, if
to
you
do.
had if you had a nap and when you fell asleep on the sofa, would you call but then fell asleep for like 3 or 4 hours? Would you call that a nap, or would you say that's?
Oh, this is the grey area. I suppose.
That's where exactly.
If I fell asleep
What
now,
time is it?
if I fell asleep now, like for 8 hours and woke up, I wouldn't go, oh, I've had a nap. And
No,
then
it's
go
just-
to sleep.
No, you wouldn't.
Yeah.
But
That's
if you
I think nap is defined by the amount of time you are sleeping, but also defined by the time of
like
day.
the time of day you go for it as well.
Yeah.
You wouldn't say you've.
A nap is something that you do like when you've got something to do.
Power nap.
Sleep.
That's the thing you do.
I've never understood naps.
Sleep is,
I always think naps just make you feel even worse after.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
why I never nap.
I nap loads.
Do you?
Yeah.
Really?
It's because I don't really
And
sleep.
do you feel
at
better?
night.
Do you feel better afterwards for doing it?
I feel like I need it because I don't sleep at night, so I sort of like plan a nap. So like,
So how long do you nap for?
I've always thought naps quite spontaneous.
like a couple of hours, yeah.
And do you feel better when you wake up from that nap? Do you feel better or do you feel worse?
I feel like I need it. I don't feel better or worse, but I feel like I'd probably get worse if I didn't have it. So yeah, better.
Okay,
So yeah,
Good answer.
yeah, good answer. Well,
I feel shit anyway, mate. So whatever.
Case
I
closed.
actually feel shit, James. Right, mate.
No, I'm
No,
saying because I
no.
know a lot of people like they nap throughout the day and just. I always think they do
can
like
fuck
2
you up.
hours and then they wake up and just probably feel just a bit groggy and then just go.
Yeah,
I'd hate to nap.
personally, I can't nap in it. I'm not a napper.
Yeah.
I can't.
No matter how tired I feel, I just wait until I can go to bed. I'll just go to bed early then the following night. I wouldn't nap.
No, I know what you mean.
What about 40 winks?
How long's 40 winks or?
It's 40 winks.
Isn't that a PS1 game? I'm sure there's a PS1 game called 40 Winks. Yeah.
No, that's
a
a
rap
video.
Jamie, pull up.
40 winks.
40 winks. 40 winks, Jackie.
40 winks to bed.
Go on, there was one more.
Oh, and there was one more. The last one, which I think is for you two, really. It's not a question,
Well, who else?
but it's just the colour green. It's just
Is that it?
yeah.
What a
The colder
What do
green
you
question mark.
No question.
The colder green.
So
What do
was
you
that
think?
Alex?
So it's Alex Joannan.
Oh,
The colder green. The colder green is.
So explain the colour green. What is it?
It's the most amazing shit pub ever. It is a
You
shit
say
pub.
shit.
Well, it's just boring.
Yeah.
There's nothing going on.
Yeah, I
for
know,
it.
but in all fairness, if you think about the
I
pub,
see
that
that.
is what it. If you think of the Calder Green and what a pub should be, the Calder Green is everything a pub should be.
But why does it do so bad?
Why does it
Why does it do so bad?
It's not a fucking housing estate.
Does it do bad?
Well, it's just never rammed. Like any time we.
It's in a way. I know.
The location's weird.
It is quite
Yeah,
out of the way. It is quite out. You have to go down a few side roads to
And
get.
I
there.
also think
That is actually such a mad place to have a pub in it.
on the estate.
It's a very local.
But was that there before the houses?
I'm not 40. I don't know.
Well, true. Remember back in this area?
You know, it wasn't here before. This was all fields.
Does it do?
I'm intrigued. To
Yeah.
be fair, it must have been there
Yeah,
before.
it's a chain pub.
I remember
It's a
once
very nice thing.
we went there and there was a quiz on, and they asked the questions, and I'm not joking, bro. One of the questions was like, name the UK hip hop artist that had more than 2 top 40 singles, and we put down our answer, and at the end, when we were adding up the questions, he was like reading out the answers, and he goes, and question 7, which was the question, he goes, 7, Peter Crouch. And we were like, nah. Like,
Sure,
you've got it wrong. And he was going, mate, if it's on the paper, I have to do it.
Was that-
And we were going, no, but
Was
it's
that-
clearly not.
It's
It's clearly not.
Was that the sort of sassy gay guy?
Yeah. And he was going,
He
I
used
can't get involved with the paper.
he
I
used
can't
to
get
be
involved.
really-
And we were like, bro.
He used to be really militant about the
He was,
quiz,
I remember
and
that.
anytime he argued with him in any way, he'd just go like, no,
That's it. I can't. Yeah.
It was ridiculous, man. But
Yeah, no, the Calder Green. Yeah, good. I actually went there the other day. I've actually been there twice in the past.
you
week or
lot
two.
used to go every Thursday, didn't you?
It was. We should fucking really like that. To be fair,
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
you should-
but, I mean, we did all the way up until
COVID.
COVID started.
in all fairness, it did tail off.
It tailed off a bit, but I mean, we still used to regularly go.
There would always be at least a few, 2 or 3 people.
Yeah,
that
it's
would be
nice.
there on
It's
a
nice
Thursday.
to like have something where you're like, oh yeah.
It was just a thing that it originally was either a Wednesday and then we changed it to a Thursday, but like just a thing that you could go and just
Thursday's a better day for me.
break up your week a bit.
That's it.
It's funny as well because I don't know if you've had this, but have you both got iPhones?
Yeah.
So I don't know if you had this where you know, like if you go somewhere at a certain point, your phone just goes 10 minutes to X place.
Yeah, bro.
The first time I ever saw that, I got home from work about 5 years ago, and my phone went 5 minutes to college drive. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, what the fuck is this?
Joke.
Obviously, because I obviously went there every Thursday.
Yeah.
He just went, 5 minutes college drive. I was like, what the fuck?
I used to get scared with the fact that it used to know your routine. Like every Thursday,
Yeah,
like if you went onto Uber on a Thursday, for example, the first thing would go like, right, I know you're going to the Calder, so there you go.
I missed the Calder, man. It was good, man. Well, I say missed it. It's still there, obviously. But I mean, when we used to go in there, when it's like about 3-4 years ago, he's like at his like heyday, so to speak, when everyone was there, it was fucking funny, man. He used to go to
It's about like 15 of us there.
yeah, we used to take over the whole lot.
Yeah.
When it had the jukebox and the pool table.
Do you know what? That's the point, actually. When the new owners took over, the pubs got worse. They sold like slot machines. Not that they use them anyway, but like it was a bit atmosphere. Actually, with the fruit machines. They got rid of those.
Got rid of the jukebox.
Did the jukebox go?
Oh,
They did get rid of
the pub quiz machine.
The pub quiz machine went, but then they stopped really using the jukebox as well.
Yeah.
that was actually.
we used
It was good, mate.
we used to fucking put about like
Yeah, we put
20 quid into that on a night.
He's probably just those who put money into it. So
Yeah, probably. But I mean, fucking
It's
that's
nice though. A pub with a jukebox is fire.
Yeah. And it weren't bad as well. So you had some not obscure, but like some tunes you wouldn't expect.
Yeah.
It was pretty good. The library is quite comprehensive.
Have any pubs got a jukebox now?
Well, must
I
do. I couldn't.
I think
that's
pubs
what I
that have
thought.
got a jukebox are probably now known for, oh, this is the pub that's got a jukebox. Like, you go there so you can put music on. Like, I don't
The
think...
New Inns has one. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, but it's in the Inns though, so
Yeah, true.
yeah, swings around about. Sorry, controversial there. Like, fucking hell, I'm gonna leave the Villa Bob now. Fuck me.
But nah, I want to get a jukebox.
Sweet Caroline.
It's not a Villa song, man. It's not a Villa song. You can't. No Villa fan can claim that as a Villa song.
Yeah, no.
It's not. It's not.
It's
It's
the
not.
same way that you... Are you a blues fan?
I'm a blues fan.
Yeah, he's still going about, like, fucking, what is it, Jude Bellingham or something like that.
Yeah, but
Is it yours?
No, I'm not going to seriously say he's a blues player. It's not showing that he went. But when he went and she sold it, he did help us financially. But he is blue nose, isn't it?
He is, yeah.
Through and through. It's true.
That's fair enough, man.
Who was it?
Oh, is he actually a blues fan?
Yeah.
He played
Okay,
for
oh,
Blues.
right, okay. No, I know he played for Blues, but,
Yeah, that's just-
but I didn't realise he was a
No,
Blues fan.
he's a blues
Well,
fan.
I thought, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Fucking hell,
okay,
imagine he was just some random player
That-
for a year.
That's what...
Fucking
to be
hell.
fair, that's what I thought.
I think-
I
that's
see
what
on
I
like
thought,
Aston Villa page to go like, look how desperate they are. They still think
Oh,
they
no.
he
Nah.
plays for them.
Do you know what?
It's
and
like
stuff
Jack Grealish, like same as him, isn't it?
If
Yeah, I know,
Grealish-
but Jack Grealish actually still plays for
No,
us,
I get that, that's
Yeah,
fair
but
enough,
if Jack
that's fair
Grealish
enough.
went to
Madrid.
Madrid,
Just an example.
He won't.
there'd be
He
some
won't be
people.
going.
There'd still probably be some people going.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
fine.
that's
That's fine.
Grealish is
Don't get me wrong.
Like,
What annoyed me was when he initially went to Dortmund, didn't it? You had like Blues fans like twerking with Dortmund saying, "Oh, I got a Dortmund with it," but I was like, "Man, that's a bit much, man. Like, we don't need to do that. That's a bit like he's not. It's literally not at your club. Like, don't."
yeah. He's a bit
But I get that because he played for Blues, like obviously not in the first team, but he was there for like as a child. In like he used to be mostly like coming up for the fucking ranks in it at Blues, isn't he?
Yeah.
And he's probably still there,
His
Joe.
brother's meant to be sick, ain't it?
So I've heard, but
Good luck then.
and it, yeah, he'll probably go to fucking buying
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
Come to
Come over, edit. Edit, fuck me. Mate, fuck me, man. I saw earlier, we were linked with Adoma. I don't
Really?
What the fuck? I don't know.
Mate.
No way, man. He's like 30.
Do you remember
Yeah,
when you
who
sent
is-
the message earlier saying like, I really hope we don't talk about football because I'll say something stupid.
and he's been edit.
No, to be fair, yeah. No, but I don't talk about football much on this, to be fair. Because it's like,
It angers
some
people.
people aren't, yeah, if you're not into it, then it's like, well,
And don't get me wrong,
I couldn't give a fuck.
I pretty much know fuck all about football. So I'm
It's
not,
good though, because Albion are like, they got relegated, and so I don't have to be
Sick.
like, it's not like they're killing it, and I'm like, oh, I wish I could talk about it.
It's
Yeah.
Villa sort of doing alright, so...
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
These
I
things
didn't
play
know
back
exactly
forward,
there. You
isn't
couldn't
it?
argue. I said they're doing all right, and shrugged
Yeah,
my
sure,
shoulders.
well, yeah. But, nah, right, that's basically it, lads. So, yeah, thank you.
Thank you,
We've
viewers.
just talked shite for the whole.
That's
I
it.
can't even remember what we've talked about.
Talking
We've
shite.
literally
You won't see
talked
half
about-
what we spoke about because it's just
No,
waffle,
I
but
know.
you know.
Nah, it's all going up, bro, unfiltered.
Fucking hell.
Unfiltered-
I'm
unfiltered
moving
is
to
not
Mexico,
going
man.
up.
Nah, it's fine. No one, bro, people switch off after like 5 minutes anyway.
True.
Honestly,
So all I see is going, hello.
you could say anything, bro, and no one would ever. If it ever gets back to you,
You need a proper sign off.
oh.
Yeah, man, do
Right,
it proper, man.
Come on, professional.
Okay, yeah, right. Thanks, guys. It's been great. It's been wonderful. It's been a while, 2 months off, but we're back. I want to say thank you to Ben. I want to say thank you to James.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you for watching. Thank you for having us.
We've got a lot more coming. We've got people coming over tomorrow. We've got also Scott Richards coming on soon. Yeah, so subscribe. I want to see 130 subscribers by Tuesday. And 100 likes on this.
The content will be flying.
That's it. Big up everyone.
Smash that subscribe
A big
button.
sluice of content.
I hope you end it.